This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA-Holes.
Mixed Martial A-Holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial A-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, it's a UFC Fight Week, it's a Bellator Fight Week, it's a UFC Australia recap. The Ringworm Champ was in the building. MMA stories, the MMA-Holes Hour with the MMA-Holes. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. There it is. Wonderful, wonderful. JBH, how are you tonight?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. How are you tonight, Mystic Moms?
I am.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. It is good to be here. It's good to be alive and breathing. Every day I wake up, I'm happy to suck in that air and enjoy this roller coaster of a ride, the MMA Holes, and we are here once again on a Monday night. Mm-hmm. And people dread Mondays, but we don't really dread Mondays over here, right, Jesse?
Sometimes.
Well, I don't dread Mondays because it could be worse. It could always be worse.
Right. You could spit in a shoey. That's what makes it worse.
You can spit in a shoey?
Yeah. That's what makes it worse.
Whatever that means. All right. So, yeah, that would make it worse,
Thank
I guess.
you.
The Monday?
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I don't know what you're talking about, but cool. All right. So, you could spit in a shoey.
You are. You're going to be this one tonight?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like spitting in a shoey. Like it's worse to spit in a shoey because drinking your own spit.
Okay.
All right, never mind.
All right. That's how we're going to start off the show. Check this out over here. The Ringworm Champ. The Ringworm Champ, Kelvin Gastelum. Okay. So a lot of things happened this weekend. With this event. Robert Whittaker, he couldn't fight, and with good reason he couldn't fight. He had a hernia, and he needed surgery, and they said if he would have taken a shot to the belly, well, that's a wrap on his life.
Super chat.
Super chat, real.
It's not a shoey without spitting in the shoe.
All right, here we go.
True.
So there you go. So, you were baiting real. Was that what you were doing?
Maybe.
Okay. Real, you just saved Jessie because no one knows what she's talking about. But here, check it out. This weekend, a lot of stuff, okay? You go over here to the UFC.com, right? Adesanya versus Silva was the main event. It was a fight I predicted to a T, to a goddamn T, and Adesanya gets the win by decision. Matter of fact, I predicted the whole goddamn card, mystical, the Saturday. Fantastic stuff. Ringworm or no ringworm, I pulled it off. So I am wonderful. But this card, was it wonderful? No, not in the least. It was entertaining because we made it entertaining. The fans gathered together on the MMA Holes, and we had a good time. I think it was a fun time. You know, Saturday night, it would have sucked without the MMA Holes.
That's right.
Right? And this night, well, it was subpar. Orlando Venado versus Marcus Mariano is the main event. Super chat, simply pump.
Is JBH okay?
I am now that you just gave me $2 more.
Oh, ooh, yes.
Wonderful.
JBH is okay. A-okay. It's a Monday night. Unless you spit in a shoey, then you're not okay. Right?
Yep.
That's right. Wonderful. All right. So this whole situation with Kelvin Gastelum now, this is what I want to start the show with over here, episode number 64. Kelvin Gastelum was walking around the venue with a goddamn belt. We find out afterwards, well, the only person that has this new belt is Henry Cejudo. Kelvin walking around, prancing around with that belt, and his ringworm or staph infection, whatever the hell you want to call it. It was so cringy to watch. It was such a, I don't know, an attention grab. I don't know what he was going for. He was getting booed around the arena. Then he's being interviewed saying it's his belt. It's no one else's. He earned it. the whole approach was a fail, was a complete fail. And if you disagree, say it in the chat, let us know. But him prancing around doing that, I understand he was upset. You know, you go through a training camp, you spend money, and now you can't fight. The day of, you find out you cannot fight in the main event in Australia, right? It's got to suck for Kelvin. But to prance around with the whole belt and the staph infection, it was very, very cringy. A lot of people called him out online. Conor McGregor said something. We'll be talking about that. But this whole situation here, Adesanya gets the win, beats a 43-year-old Anderson Silva. Some people love the fight. Some people hated it. I'm in the middle. What do you think about this whole situation with Kelvin and his belt, Jesse?
I don't think that he should have been walking around with that strap over his shoulder, and I think that it put a very bad light on him.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
It's Ariel the Large Nose.
Hey guys, I need some help. I'm trying to figure out which people are more weak and pathetic. The Irish or the Aussies? Drop some ones in the chat if you think the Irish are more pathetic and weak than the Aussies. To be fair, both are weak though.
Wow, that's real coming in. I mean, Ariel the Large Nose. Whoops, I got it mixed
I like
up.
both the Irish and the Aussies, so I can't give you a valid opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's ridiculous, but okay, go for it. Vote in the chat. Let me know what you think. I don't know. I don't really know how to talk about that because it's yeah. So this whole situation with Kelvin walking around, you think what? You think that?
Yeah, I think that it was a bad move on his part, on the UFC's part. I don't know. I just first of all, I think that was like a bizarre way to grab a strap, is to just have it forfeited to you. I mean, he even said during his interview that that's not the way he wanted to win the belt, and for you to just be prancing around with it, you know, like it just looks horrible. It looks horrible for you. It looks horrible for the UFC. Like, there's just something completely unlikable about it, and I don't know. I wasn't down with it.
It was ridiculous, and I'm thinking this might be an Ali Abdelaziz thing. This does not seem like Kelvin Gastelum. It was so forced. Even when he was interviewed, while the fights are going on, we saw clips of him being interviewed, and he had the belt over his shoulder, and he's all confident saying it's his belt. It was so un-Kelvin Gastelum. He was saying that in wrestling, if your opponent doesn't show up, well, you're the champ. You win that contest. So that's what he was trying to push out there. It just didn't work. It fell so flat, and I feel it just added to the cringe of this card. If Kelvin Gastelum was walking around outside and was like just standing there showing face like, yeah, I'm still here, that would have been cool. It would have been a badass move. But he had the fucking belt over his shoulder. It wasn't even his belt. And then he's saying that he earned that belt. Makes no sense. And if I'm Henry Cejudo and Kelvin Gastelum asked me for his belt, I would say, it's very low, but I would say a low no. I would say no. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Now, Henry Cejudo, Ali Abdelaziz, right? Is that his manager, if I'm not mistaken? I think it is.
Yeah.
I just thought of that now.
Yes?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm almost positive Ali Abdelaziz is his manager as well, Henry Cejudo. We'll do some research on that. But if that's the case, it makes total sense, right? Ali's like, well, get it out there. Put it over his shoulder. Be proud. It's stupid. It's a dumb idea. And honestly, I feel that Whittaker's going to come back, right?
Yeah, Ali.
It is Ali. Okay, so there you go. Whittaker's going to come back, right? And he's supposedly not out for very long. And now the question is, who is the number one contender? Does Kelvin get the shaft? Does Adesanya now jump the list and get the shot? There's a whole bunch of things here. Another question is, how the fuck was Kelvin Gastelum cleared to fight with this shit on his face, his neck, his hands? This is ringworm. This is a staph infection. How the hell was he cleared?
Can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
There we go.
Ali was my manager too.
So apparently, just then, Osama bin Laden said that Ali was his manager as well, Jesse. What are your thoughts on that? Holy shit.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker.
There you go. All right, so Ali was bin Laden's manager as well. How the fuck was Kelvin Gastelum, how was he cleared to fight? I understand he was on medication, and I guess it wasn't contagious, but if I am Robert Whittaker, I'm going to have some hernia too. Yeah. I'm not going to fight this man that looks like Deadpool without the mask. Like, what is going on? Like, how is he cleared? Now, I don't know enough about this whole staph bullshit.
He said during his interview that it was that he was having it treated the week of, and that by the time fight night came about, it was already like dried up and I guess like healed in a way. It was just scabbing. Like it wasn't contagious. The position he was in at that point.
Here's a couple of things. We don't know. I mean, he apparently he's not contagious, so he's allowed to fight. But he was on medication all week to treat this. They let Kevin Lee fight with that staph infection, and then afterwards, it was kind of an excuse.
Yeah.
So Kelvin Gastelum even brought it up that he was on medication for this. I mean, he's clearly feeling this whole staph situation, so he probably shouldn't have been in the cage regardless. If it was contagious or if it was affecting his health in any way, why clear the man who looks like goddamn Freddy Krueger with this shit all over his face? Like, what's going on? I don't understand this. I really don't. Yeah. So I can't really... This whole situation is a complete clusterfuck. And the fact, we said this before, the fact that the UFC didn't have a backup plan is bonkers. And we had a 3-round main event, no title on the line, a 29-year-old versus a 42 or 43-year-old man, clearly out of his prime. Now, credit to Anderson Silva. He did what he had to do to make it go to distance, right? The second round, he actually showed up, and it made it interesting. But when it comes down to it, Adesanya just had a hell of a lot of respect for the guy. I feel Adesanya held back a little bit. He had his chance to pounce on the Spider and gave him the respect that he deserved. And it led to be, some may say, a boring fight. I mean, now I wasn't bored. I was interested, but as a main event, no, I felt empty after that card. So now that the card is over and done with all this that took place on Saturday, where do you stand with this situation, the aftermath? Where's your mind?
It sucks not seeing Whittaker versus Gastelum. I think that should have been a fight that should be on any pay-per-view.
You can't stop the Siberian Express.
Hold that thought.
Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
Vlad.
That's not in Kelvin's character, but I see where he's coming from. The trolling he did with the belt is his attempt at staying next in line by adding to the story. If he didn't do or say anything after the fight, the UFC would pass him up in a second.
Okay. So maybe it's a desperation move. Maybe that's what it is. And thank you, Vlad, for the donation and everyone that donated. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they knew. I mean, Adesanya was the favorite and he won, right? And maybe they were like, listen, Kelvin, you got to make some noise. You got to be out there. You got to be heard. You got to do something here because if Adesanya wins, he's going to skip you. So maybe that's the case. I just feel there could have been a better way to do it. I mean, he could have said to the UFC this. He could have said, listen, if Adesanya wins this fight, put me in the cage with him. Let's stare down. Let's have a face-off, me and him. Yep. You know, he could have said that to the UFC. He's like, listen, this is, I mean, with the belt over his shoulder, that whole shtick just fell flat. It fell completely flat. But it is what it is. We move on, and now the question is, who is next in line? Is Whittaker going to come back? There's a million questions that come out of this, and it kind of fucks everything up. And it's not Whittaker's fault. We did a poll. Check out our poll over here. 27% hold on a second.
Super chat.
It's Scallywag Nation.
Jesse, you drink your own spit daily.
Whoa.
A shoe just adds style. Donation coming if you do one for us.
Whoa.
Savvy.
No, I'm good.
There you go. So
Well,
yeah.
back to what I was originally saying before we move on to a poll about UFC 234. It would have been nice to see Kelvin Gastelum versus Whittaker, but I don't think the card was that bad, and I actually enjoyed watching the fights. I do think Adesanya held back a little bit against Silva, but it wasn't a bad card for me to watch. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. You know, I wouldn't recommend anyone pay for that. I think it's a joke that people had to pay a pay-per-view for that thing. I mean, that was insane. But what are you going to do? And I don't know if we have the numbers. Actually, you know what? Is there a way to check for the pay-per-view buys? I'm curious what the pay-per-view buys on that event were. But yeah, we should have probably looked that up. But Dana White said in the post-fight press conference that they did good considering. I don't buy that. I think that's a bunch of horseshit, but we'll check out the numbers. So we put out a poll and we said, and let's refresh this shite over here. And let me know in the chat if you're new, if you just came in from Saturday night stream, let me know in the chat with a 1. Let me know in a 1 in the chat if you just came in from the Saturday stream. Newgies and OGs and Oogies are in the chat. Should Robert Whittaker get stripped? 26% say yes, and 74% say no. With 314 votes, get your votes in. A lot of people are like, well, this is a stupid question. And it is a stupid question. I agree. It is. But I like to throw some of these curveballs out there just to see. And there is 26% that still say he should have been stripped. I don't agree with that. I agree with the no's. I say if he can come back, well, let's turn it around. Let's get him back in the cage when he's healthy. Hopefully it's soon. And not strip him. But if it takes until the end of the year, well, now you're going to have to talk about something here. Now you're going to have a strip. You're going to have to do that strippage. And we'll see. They say it's only going to take a couple of weeks. So maybe within a couple of months, they'll turn it around and Kelvin can get that shot and do it right. Adesanya said he would wait. He said he would, but he doesn't want to wait very long. So it's going to be, it all lays on Whittaker. If he can come back quick, you throw Kelvin in there, you make it happen. Here's another thing I have a problem with. Kelvin was complaining a lot, and I like Kelvin Gastelum. Let me make this clear. I actually like Kelvin Gastelum. When he beat Uriah Hall in the Ultimate Fighter, that was something else. It was special. The kid is good. But he missed weight how many times? How many times did this man single-handedly fuck up cards, right? I mean, did we all forget about this? And then he's complaining? What is he complaining about? This man has fucked up cards before by becoming too fat on the scale. I mean, it baffles the fuck out of me. It really does. I hope that this all gets cleared up. We get the fight with Whittaker versus Gastelum, and we move on. Let's see what's going on in that chat. Jesse.
Trey Sav says they can't strip him and not strip Khabib.
Super chat.
Super chat. Tyler Comrade.
Much love and respect to the chat. Love my MMA hoes.
That's right. MMA hoes. Tyler Conrad, thank you very much. And Tyler did a shoey. By the way, we're going to show a shoey after the comments over here. What's up in that chat room?
Michael Mess says, legit reason. Lee Weston says, I'll donate if Jesse licks Gastelum's ringworm. Okay. Keegs says, Moss and JBH, you guys check out BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Last one I seen, Mexico versus UFC vets and fighters on the card. It's pretty intense. We have checked it out.
We have.
Felony Charles Bennett is on.
Yeah, Bare Knuckle is fantastic. It's absolutely a fantastic event over there. And yeah, like Jesse said, right? Felony Charles Bennett. His hand almost fell off, so how could it be bad?
House says, you can tell Kelvin's manager is Ali lower than a snake's belly. Daniel R says, who's the less active champ? Michael Enslon's beeping in the chat. D Brown says, JBH hot made in the UFC. Vigo Salkov says, shoey holes, 2 joints, LOL drunk. King Your Mother's Ring says, Conor McGregor would eat Kelvin's asshole out, LOL. Hello, says the Mober. Hello. Ruthless Razo says, I'll strip JBH all night. Thanks, appreciate that. James Turner says, Whittaker would have fought Kelvin if he could have. No MMA fighter is scared. That's a dumb assumption.
What? Or maybe that someone said something in the chat. I don't know. We didn't say that, but all right. Okay, so let's move on. Let's get to the stories here. It's an hour show. We have 140 people watching. Welcome to the stream.
Super chat.
We got a Scallywag Nation.
You guys ever find my shoey vid? Lol.
Let's do it. Let's play it. Scallywag Nation, thank you for the donation. And let's go over there. We were going to play that shit. Look, it's queued up. On the MMAHoles.com. We saw this after our stream. So here we go.
MMA-Hole.
Hold on a second. Here he is. Look at this outfit. I did a shoey. It's actually in the intro now. And shout out to Steve O for dropping the donations. And shoey happened. And here we go. And some MMA Holes dropped some videos of them doing shoeys. If you want to do a shoey and be on the air, we'll drop it on the MMAHoles.com. Here's one of our submissions over here. Scallywag.
This is Michael Turner from Scallywag Nation. Today I will be doing something that many of us have decided to do just for you. To join in on the shoey, I will take part. And I will chug 1 Michelob Ultra just for you. I will open it like so, and pour it ever so gently into my shoe.
Looks delicious. He's very well spoken.
Just sort of let you guys know that I will be ruining a very good shoe of mine. It's one of my favorites. But it is time.
By the way, is that Ragnar on his that's Ragnar from Vikings. Good stuff right there.
To do something very important.
Oh, did the spit, Jess. Oh, who came up with this shit? If you listen on Poppy and on iTunes, a pirate just did a shoey. All right, there it is. There he is, the Scallywag jumping in. Check out the Scallywag. Scallywag Nation, Mike Turner, thank you very much for that submission over there. But Jesse, before we get to the news, we got 20 likes.
20 likes.
We got 45 likes.
20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. 20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. 20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
I see some Ragnars in the chat, Jesse. I got to get you to watch some Vikings. Vikings is the shit. It is the shit. You know what else is the shit? The news.
Time to find the news back. 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 Time to find the news back.
Time to find.
The news back. JUH was in the news. Since the acting.
It's a quick show tonight unless someone saves it, so we got to get to those news. Jesse, what do we got going on?
According to MMA Fighting, Conor McGregor questions why, quote, worm Kelvin Gastelum is holding the UFC belt. Conor McGregor knows a thing or two about UFC titles, and he wasn't pleased to see Kelvin Gastelum flaunting one this weekend. Gastelum was booked to challenge middleweight champion Robert Whittaker in the main event of UFC 234 on Saturday in Melbourne, Australia, but the bout was cancelled and Gastelum removed from the card entirely after Whittaker was forced to withdraw hours before the show started due to a hernia that required immediate surgery. While Gastelum had nothing but words of support for his ailing adversary at first, later in the evening he conducted an interview in which he declared himself the new UFC middleweight champion by forfeit. He carried with him one of UFC's newly designed title belts, which rubbed the Notorious the wrong way. MMAfighting.com posted a picture of Kelvin Gastelum with the belt over his shoulder. Shortly after the conclusion of UFC 234, McGregor wrote on Twitter, quote, "Why is that worm holding the 185-pound belt? There are worms crawling on his skin. It was absolutely ludicrous to even consider allowing him to compete, let alone now walk around the arena shaking our fans' hands. Someone sort this instant and sterilize that belt immediately."
Oh my God. Now, before you get going with this thing here, yeah, Kelvin Gastelum, he had a staph infection, he had ringworm, whatever the hell you want to call it, on his chin, on his neck, on his hands, but apparently he was cleared to fight. I agree, though. Like, it's kind of bizarre that he's walking around with this and he's cleared to fight and rubber skin with another man in a cage, bare-chested. It's bizarre, but he was cleared. But, you know, for someone like Conor McGregor to jump out and say something, it kind of is weird. I guess he wants to stay in the news. I don't know. Let's see what else is in this story.
McGregor's comments are in reference to rumors that Gastelum appeared to have some sort of infection based on marks on and around his face. In response, Gastelum challenged McGregor to take the belt from him, saying, quote, "Come take it off, little prick." Though he is no longer a title holder, McGregor has worn UFC gold twice before. He defeated Eddie Alvarez at UFC 205 to claim the lightweight strap and became the undisputed featherweight champion at UFC 194 with a win over Jose Aldo. In regards to the replacement main event between Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva, McGregor praised Silva in his losing effort and went as far to suggest he'd be willing to fight the Spider in the future, an idea that both Silva and McGregor have previously floated out there. Conor McGregor posted on Twitter, quote, "Anderson is one crafty martial artist. He only developed these methods through years of hard-fought experience. Phenomenal performance, the crafty veteran. Big respect always. It would be an honor." Yeah.
Okay. And how funny was this? Dana White, they asked Dana White at the press conference about Conor and Anderson Silva, and he just laughed. That was actually a really funny moment. Dana was like, yeah, that's just ridiculous. I mean, you know, Conor used to be on point. He used to be really on point with when he jumped out there. When he jumped on Twitter and social media, he was money. He was absolute money. After the Khabib thing, he has moments and then he does not. And this Anderson Silva thing, it's like enough is enough. But you versus Anderson Silva, I don't care if Anderson is 80 years old. You're still losing. The Spider's beating you. Let's be honest here. Do you think Conor beats Anderson Silva?
No. Well, now?
Yeah, now. 43-year-old Anderson Silva, who went 3 rounds with Adesanya. Well, you have to think about it. I mean...
Yeah, I kind of feel that at this point in Silva's career and in McGregor's career... Nah, you know what? Yeah, I would say Silva beats McGregor.
Yeah, I don't think it's even a question. It's dumb. Even when they were talking about the GSP thing, I'm like, what is going on? Like... Maybe McGregor's saying this because he knows it's never going to happen, but it's just, come on, we're not stupid. We're not idiots. I mean, maybe we are, but when it comes to this, we know who is going to win that fight. We just stop it. You're not getting in there with the Spider. And Dana just laughed it off. It was great. It was a fantastic moment by Dana White. Let's see what the chat thinks about this whole situation with Kelvin Gastelum. I want to know what you think about Kelvin Gastelum and the staph infection. Do you think that he should have been cleared, or do you think that this shouldn't have happened? Let's see what the chat says.
Romero kills Adesanya and Costas says, or Costas' dog, Soldier John Ref says, did you guys break up? Yes. Caroline Howell says Conor wants Nick versus Silva and him versus Nate. All Goody says Anderson could beat Conor.
Let me make it clear. Jessie broke up with the community. She didn't break up with me yet. Not yet, at least. But it is over. Jessie, would you like to make an announcement? You told me before the stream.
Yeah. This is going to be my last show, and I will not be appearing again on the MMA-Holes because I have had enough. Bye, guys. I love you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, let's see what the chat says about that.
Staley says great news.
Wonderful.
Staley's throwing a party right now. All right. Jessie has broken up with the chat. She's done. That's it. She's out. All right. What else do we have in the news, JBH?
According to BJPenn.com, PFL heavyweight Josh Copeland was arrested after allegedly assaulting his wife in front of his child.
Wait. Let me get this straight. The man that looks like a caveman, right? And his face was split open in half and fights in a cage for a living. He assaulted his wife? Okay, tell me more.
According to a report from TMZ, PFL heavyweight contender Josh Copeland has been arrested for allegedly assaulting his wife in front of their child. Per a police report obtained by TMZ, law enforcement in Adams County, Colorado received a call about an attack and rushed to the couple's home on February 2nd. When officers arrived at the scene, Copeland's wife had an obvious bruise on her left eye, a cut, and was bleeding. There was blood down the front of her face and neck. Copeland's wife claims there had been an argument and that Copeland allegedly pushed her, which prompted her to push him back. Copeland's wife admits she slapped him multiple times in the ensuing violence. According to the police report, the heavyweight fighter Copeland eventually, quote, punched her in the face and threw her onto the bed. What? Copeland allegedly took her phone away from her so she couldn't call for help. The phone was later found in Copeland's pocket by officers. This incident allegedly left Copeland's wife in the hospital while the fighter himself was arrested for second-degree assault, obstruction, and child abuse. The child abuse charge is the result of this incident occurring in front of their child. Josh Copeland last competed on New Year's Eve when he came up short in the finals of the 2018 PFL season, losing to Philippe Lins by TKO and failing to earn the $1 million prize for the heavyweight division. Copeland previously fought for the defunct World Series of Fighting and in the UFC, where he was defeated by Russian Magomedov and Jared Rosholt in 2014, Ruslan Magomedov in 2014 and 2015 respectively. He is 18-6-1 overall. Stay tuned for further updates on the legal situation of Josh Copeland as they emerge.
All right, listen, we've said this before. I mean, we see this over and over again. It's kind of getting ridiculous, but we've seen it's crazy. It really is crazy. We don't know the full story, so we can't jump on either side of this. But what the fuck could have happened there? This guy completely lost his shit. You think she was hoeing around? Do you think supper wasn't warm? What do you think the situation was?
No, she was probably hoeing around, which is probably why he took her phone in the first place. Not so that she couldn't call for help, but because she was probably talking to some guy. He pushed her. She doesn't want to be pushed, so she pushed him back, and then he got angry because he got pushed and beat the fuck out of her.
I mean, why would you cheat on this guy? You know, look at him. Right?
Right.
Why would that happen?
I don't know.
Also, why would my screens fall apart? Did you see that, Jesse?
I did see that.
Yeah, that's a great feature on my computer.
That's very
Although
entertaining.
Oh my God, the audience can't see it, but I can see.
Yeah.
That the entire show has just collapsed on me. So I'm gonna slowly put it back together. Jesse, let's see what's going on in the chat room as I try to piece together this show.
She was probably sleeping around, says Brian Verger. Big Nick Digger says she got caught hoeing off. Dog Soldier says I have weapons and they are all laser guided socks. Drunk Savage says he found BBC pics on her phone. Trey Saff says it isn't okay, but some women really push buttons. True. Two Joint says total hoe, Brian brother. Stelio2 says women just never know when to shut up and obey their man. And H says why would you cheat on the cubby bear? Daniel R says female Brazilians beats up man is a hero, so is this guy.
All right, so there's mixed reviews in the chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you want to place a bet, we've got a place for you. Donation.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
What's up, Staley?
That's it. We've done it, baby. Break out the red panties, Mystic Mos, and make room for me right next to you.
Staley02 is lobbying for JBH's job. Do you think Staley02 would make a good fit?
I'm leaving, so you can do whatever the fuck you want.
He has long, luscious hair, so that would be fantastic, right? That would be wonderful, wonderful. Whoa! The fuck? That is unbelievable stuff over here. I want to make a bet. How do we do it, Jesse?
Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDSI offers online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMAHOLE and earn up to 100% bonus match. BetDSI has been paying winners for 20 years, is top rated on betting review sites. Use your sports knowledge to make some extra cash. BetDSI has a very user-friendly interface and mobile site as well as the fastest payouts in the industry. It also offers betting options for everything including NFL, NCAA Football, NBA, NHL, UFC, and all other major sports, politics, reality TV, esports, virtually everything. Try live betting at BetDSI where you can bet on games through the entire matchup, every play, and every minute until the end. New members get a 100% bonus match, again using promo code MMAHOLE with the link in the description below. We play there ourselves and recommend BetDSI if you want to add some excitement to the fights or any other sports you are watching. Once again, go to BetDSI using the link in the description with promo code MMAHOLE and get a limited time 100% bonus offer to make some extra cash on the sports you know and love.
Every single sport. Check it out. BetDSI is wonderful, wonderful. And we have some big events this weekend. We got Bellator, 2 Bellator events. We have the UFC, a lot of stuff, a lot of fight buddies going on. So if you want to get your bets in on any sport, BetDSI, promo code MMAHOLE. All right, since this is Jesse's last show, back to the news. Soak it in, friends.
It's not a joke, guys. I'm actually leaving.
Oh, no. Caroline wants to know, why do you hate us?
Because I hate everybody. According to BJPen.com, Mike Winkeljohn explains why Holly Holm isn't fighting at UFC 235. At UFC 235, Holly Holm was expected to return to the bantamweight division to take on a rising undefeated prospect in Aspen Ladd. However, at the UFC 235 pre-fight press conference, UFC President Dana White announced that the fight was off. That left many wondering if one of the fighters was hurt or if Holm was perhaps getting a title shot against Amanda Nunes. Ladd's team didn't know anything about this, as they told BJPen.com's Cole Shelton, and the change was news to them, and they are still figuring stuff out. Holm's coach and Mike Winkeljohn believes the fight is off because it will set up a fight between Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes for the belt. Although her fight has been called off.
Super chat.
Harvey Weinstein.
JBH, I have an upcoming movie. You know what to do.
There you go.
I'll keep that in mind.
Harvey's lining up your next job over there.
Although her fight has been called off, Holm is still preparing as if she is fighting Ladd. They want her to be prepared in case UFC rebooks the fight. If Holm does indeed get the title shot against Nunes, most likely at UFC 237 in Curitiba, Brazil this May. It will no doubt be a tough fight for Holm. Nunes has shown her knockout ability in the past, and that is something Winkeljohn understands. However, he believes it will be a competitive fight. Holly Holm is back in the gym waiting for a contract, but if all goes to plan, a fight against Nunes will happen soon.
All right, Holly Holm, who is she fighting next? I'm definitely going with Amanda Nunes. I mean, I don't even think that's a question. By the way, everyone's committing suicide in the chat. Yeah. Breaking news, Jesse. Breaking news. JBH is leaving the show.
I was going to wait until the end of the show to tell them.
Wonderful.
So that we could get through the news and
do you have any you have a farewell speech planned?
Well, not anymore.
No?
Because the news is already broken.
So you don't want to, so you're just going to leave. You're not going to say goodbye or
Well, yeah, I was going to say it at the end of the show after we got through the news and everything, so it wouldn't be a huge distraction during the show.
You seem pretty excited about this. All right, here we go. Let me know in the chat if you're pumped up about this JBH leaving the show. Daniel Cormier in the news. What do we got here?
According to BJPen.com, Daniel Cormier confirms he is delaying retirement. As long suspected UFC heavyweight champion, Daniel Cormier will not be retiring when he turns 40 in March as he originally planned. The champ confirmed this news on the MMA Hour on Monday. He added that he would still like to fight former UFC heavyweight champ and WWE star Brock Lesnar next, while a heavyweight rematch with Stipe Miocic and a light heavyweight rematch with John Jones are also on his to-do list. Daniel Cormier is currently dealing with an injury, which is why he hasn't fought since November, when he defeated Derek Lewis in the main event of UFC 230. Speaking to MMA Weekly recently, Cormier opened up on the injury that is keeping him away from the cage, saying, quote, "I fucked up my back at UFC 230. It hasn't recovered as fast as I hoped it would. I have to take some time off. I had to take some time to try and make myself healthy because my schedule was so heavy last year. 3 fights, 3 5-round training camps, very heavy training camps. Last year was 3 championship fights. I did The Ultimate Fighter. I did all my commentary duties. I took that high school wrestling job in the middle of the year. It's just a heavy, heavy year, and I just need some time to get myself back in order. You think you're better, but then you're not. And when you're not better, you're really not better. You feel fine, but when it goes out, you're on the floor crawling. It's a weird thing.
All right. Daniel Cormier still fighting. Still fighting. And in fact, his hand wasn't the problem. It was his back, and when he had that weird trip, what was it during? It was the trip during his fight against John Jones, something like that. He tripped on the stage, and now he's saying his injury is actually his back and blah, blah, blah. So let me know in the chat, who is next for DC? What do you say, chat room? Who is next for DC?
Chujoin says, save the show now takes on a bigger meaning. Law of Attraction says DC is too fat. That's why his back is out. JBH, call me. No, thank you. Trey Sev says, he'll never beat Jones with injuries. Fabian Padilla says old man DC is still winning. Sean Hart is dropping a broken heart to Drunk Savage. Buzz Coker says stay on the show, JBH, you fucking coon.
Wonderful.
Did that win you over? Are you back on the show now, you coon?
Yeah, that'll do it.
What else you got? Oh, you want more news? You're looking to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, well, we have 20 minutes left, and
you got to soak this in. It's your last show. You got to soak. You got to soak every moment in. All right, hold on. It's the JBH cam.
This is me soaking in my last news night.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Wow. Shit. JBH, that's how she's gonna soak it in. All right. All right, Ryan Bader. What better to segue into than Ryan Bader?
All right. According to MMAfighting.com, Ryan Bader can finish Daniel Cormier in a champ super fight. Daniel Cormier became the first man to win a light heavyweight and heavyweight bout simultaneously in the UFC shortly after Ryan Bader conquered both titles under the Bellator banner with an impeccable run at the heavyweight tournament. Bader won the 205-pound gold in his Bellator debut by defeating Phil Davis via split decision and defended it with a second-round finish over Linton Vassell. Darth didn't think twice when Bellator announced its plans to hold a heavyweight Grand Prix, and he couldn't have done better. In an 8-month span, Bader dominated Matt Mitrione and knocked out King Mo and Fedor Emelianenko in a combined time of 50 seconds. DC and Darth were booked to fight in 2015, but Cormier was shifted to a title fight with Anthony Johnson instead. Bader was riding a 4-fight winning streak at the time and added another one to his record over Rashad Evans months later, but the championship collision with Cormier never came to fruition. Following Bader's incredible tournament run, barely getting punched throughout the entire heavyweight Grand Prix and winning 12 of his last 13 fights over former UFC Pride Strikeforce and Bellator title holders, Power MMA head coach Jair Lorenzo sees him ready to prove he's better than UFC's heavyweight king.
All right. So Ryan Bader calling out the champ, Daniel Cormier. I mean, come on. What are we doing, Ryan? Stop it. Just stay in Bellator. Do what you got to do over there. Stop playing around. This is a garbage, if you know what I mean, Jesse, right?
Right.
Let's see what the chat has to say. I mean, they are, if you're just jumping in, well, oh my God, we have a donation.
Super chat.
Fat Ninja Pussycock Yeast Infection.
GTF out of the show already, you skank ho, pile of poo rolling on the floor or laughing.
Don't worry, this is my last show. You don't ever have to worry about a skank ho no more.
Wow, look at that. So Fat Ninja just won. Fat Ninja just beat JBH. Oh my goodness. Fat Ninja with the donation. Thank you for the donation. 20 likes on a somber night.
20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes, 20 likes, 20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes, 20 likes, 20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes. I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
If you're just jumping in, we will be taking auditions. Sad news, 135 people watching. JBH, this is her last show. And it's a sad day for the MMA holes.
Not a joke.
She's completely serious. So we will be taking auditions in the comment section when this winds down. On a brighter note, and this is a sad day, so let us know in the chat, your feelings on this situation. On a brighter note, on the Wednesday show, we will be giving out a T-shirt. And that's right. The last video dropped wonderful, wonderful. Our fight reaction dropped wonderful, wonderful on our last video. Make sure you're subbed and you like that video. And we will be entering you in the contest. Wednesday will be the drawing. And it's for the UFC Australia fight reaction. I'm just trying to get through the show tonight, guys. Just read the chat.
Julian Jones says, I don't blame her leaving. King by the Drink says, kick her out of the studio now, Chris. I'm going to kill this audition, says Stalio 2. Did I win a t-shirt on Saturday, says Caroline Howell. JBH is going to kick out at 2, says Angel.
Caroline, this is how it works. We're going to be doing the drawing on Wednesday. That video, make sure you can put wonderful, wonderful as many times as you want. Like and subscribe. And we know you subscribed already, so you're entered. But if you want to pad the stats, just drop wonderful, wonderful in the comment section. We'll randomly pick a winner. All right, more chat.
Vlad says, best troll yet, JBH. I'm not trolling. It's actually the truth. Lionel Yu says, oy vey. Post Reloaded says, who won the t-shirt from the Triton stream? STS9
Wait,
Glass.
What? From the Triton stream?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but all right.
Forehead pays more for JBH to be a ring girl.
Chat.
Juvenile Johnny.
Why are you leaving the show?
That's a good question. Juvenile Johnny is asked.
Well, can we discuss this at the end of the show when we get through everything else? Because I don't know if it's really appropriate to bring it up during the show and then ruin the show by talking about it.
Well, now, Jesse, I got a question. There's a save the show. If someone doesn't save the show, will you be talking about it or not?
Yeah, if someone... It doesn't matter. It's save the show or not. Towards the end of the show, then I'll say something.
All right, we don't have much time left. With 5 minutes left, we will do save the show. Let's see if it happens over here. But okay.
Super chat.
All right, Drunk Savage coming in.
This show will suck without you, JBH pensive face.
Thank you, Drunk
I
Savage.
appreciate that,
That's
Drunk
very kind of you to her, but very insulting to me. So, I'm not your
I
friend.
don't think so, because they obviously love the show with you. So
You're just trying to make them say nice things now. That's unfair.
about you?
No, it's about you. They always say nice. They love me. I mean,
They do love you.
It's debatable about you.
It is
That's
extremely
why
debatable.
she's leaving.
That's
She
part of
doesn't
the
know.
reason I'm
She doesn't
leaving.
know if you love her. So.
Okay.
But it will suck without JBH. I mean, I was thinking about putting a blow up doll with your face on it. I was thinking about doing that. But how do we read the news? We need someone to read the news.
You've done the show reading the news before.
Yeah, I know, but it's not the same. We need a female voice. We need that.
Okay.
Who is going to do this, right? Who's going to do this?
You want to know how you're with the right girl?
Yeah. Hurry up.
Who's going to do that, Jesse? If you're listening on Podbean and iTunes, that was Jesse showing off the skills over there. I mean, when you do apply for the job, you have to be able to do that. What else do we have in the news, Jesse?
All right. According to MMA Fighting, Robert Whittaker releases a video statement from the hospital after his UFC 234 withdrawal. Robert Whittaker was trying to fight Kelvin Gastelum at UFC 234, even with a severe hernia. The UFC middleweight champion said Sunday night in a video statement posted to his Instagram page that he was trying to convince doctors to let him defend his title in Melbourne, Australia, right up until the point that they told him they needed emergency surgery or else. If you click the link there, it links to the video that he released.
All right. With 5 minutes left in the show, friends, and we have some time, it's 10:44, but at 10:55, we will start this clock over here. And we will do Save the Show. And how this works is this. With your donation, you write Save the Show. That amount of money that you donated is the time we go longer. So if you put $20 donation, we go live 20 more minutes. You get 20 more minutes of JBH. $30, 30 more minutes. $5, 5 more minutes. But it has to be when this clock starts. 5 minutes left in the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining in tonight. Let's see what Robert Whittaker has to say.
Hey, everyone. Rob here.
All right.
Sort of give you guys an update on how I'm doing. I'm still in the hospital. I had to get emergency surgery on Sunday because I had a collapsed bowel and an internal hernia that were causing me all sorts of problems. Let me say that I'm sorry for all my friends and family and fans that came out to watch me perform, but unfortunately I couldn't be there. I tried my best to try and swing it, and I was fighting the doctors the whole way up until.
Is he farting? Do you hear that, Jesse? Is he fucking farting while he's...
Sounds like it.
It must be because of the hernia, right?
Until they said you have to get surgery or you're going to lose part of your bowel, or it could be potentially fatal. So I had to look at my health first. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, so there he goes. Robert Whittaker live from the hospital over there on his Instagram. Go check out his Instagram. It is Rob Whittaker MMA hernia.
Wonderful.
All right, what else do we have in the news, JBH?
All right. According to MMAnews.com, Nick Diaz shuts down a UFC return and says he just wants to party.
So, yeah, shocker, right? Shocker, Nick Diaz does not want to come back. Did he ever want to come back is the question? All right, let's see what this story is about.
Nick Diaz doesn't appear to be interested in taking on Anderson Silva in May. Following his UFC 230 bout against Israel Adesanya, Silva told John Anik during his post-fight interview that he'd like to compete on the UFC 237 card in Brazil. At the UFC 234 post-fight press conference, Silva told reporters that he'd like a rematch with Diaz on the card. Nick Diaz is not interested in making a return. Diaz recently took to his Instagram account to speak to his fans. When asked about a matchup with Silva, Diaz said the following, quote, "Explicative, all this, I don't want to hurt nobody, I just want to party." Diaz's longtime friend and training partner Gilbert Melendez recently said the Stockton native was retired. Diaz last competed back in January 2015 against Silva. The initial result was a unanimous decision for Silva, but the Spider got popped for banned substances. The result was changed to a no contest. Diaz was once scheduled to take on Jorge Masvidal at UFC 235 in March. Those plans went awry when Diaz claimed he never agreed to the fight. Shortly after, UFC President Dana White confirmed that the bout wasn't going to take place. Masvidal will now meet Darren Till at UFC London.
Mm-hmm. All right. Have you had enough of Nick Diaz? Let us know in the chat. I'm a yes. And Jesse, what are you?
Yes.
Let me know in the chat. Have you had enough of the whole Nick Diaz return? Yes or no? Let's see what the chat room has to say. We have a lot of people watching. 160 people watching! Jesse, I can't believe all these people showed up on your last show. This is unbelievable stuff. If you're not subscribed, give us a sub. Man, what's going on in that chat?
Wow, the Diaz brothers became lame after the UFC gave Conor the decision in the Nate Diaz rematch, says Eddie D. Daniel R. says, no, Chew Joint's not as good as our weed. Here, Brian, haha, when JBH return never says facts. Fabian says, Diaz bros will forever bring the fans. Caroline Howe says, no. Poster Lotus says, Nick don't want no smoke. Yeah, right. Free Fight CV says, not the same about JBH.
Super chat.
Scallywag Nation.
Don't let them bitches get to you, JBH. More people dig you than don't.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let them win, savvy.
No, it's not. It has
so
nothing.
Nice.
Listen, it's got more to do with other things as well, so. It's not just people. I mean, you guys are cool. I joke around that I hate you guys and everything, but I don't. It is what it is.
Thank you, Scallywag, for that wonderful, wonderful donation over there, and everyone for their wonderful, wonderful donations. All right, what is the next story?
According to MMAnews.com, Dana White criticizes Marc Goddard for a bad stoppage at UFC at 234. I'm sure you can assume which fight this was. Dana White has a problem with a referee stoppage for the second time in a three-card old 2019. At UFC 234, Jim Crute showed no signs of a sophomore slump when he ran through Sam Alvey for the first round.
Hold
TKO.
on a second. Can I just say something here? Jesse, you just threw a curveball into the whole situation. Now they're all blaming me.
No, it has nothing to do with you.
All right, so it's not me and it's not
he's
the
good.
audience.
Everything's good, guys. Everything's good. It has Mystic Moss is great.
Is it the points game? Is it because I'm coming close to winning?
Yes, it's the points game.
Oh, all right. Is it felony? What felony said the last time?
It's felony.
Oh. All right, back to the story.
Okay. First round TKO, but that victory came with its shared protest, first from Alvey, who was anything but smiling in the aftermath of the bout, but instead was complaining about the stoppage to the referee Marc Goddard. And in addition to Alvey, UFC President Dana White also took issue with the stoppage. Prior to the stoppage, Jim Crute had landed a heavy shot that dropped Alvey. The Crute would walk off temporarily, erroneously believing that the fight was over. Alvey was able to recover, make it back up to his feet, and survive until ultimately Crute would land a series of unanswered strikes to a downed Sam Alvey. But according to both Alvey and Dana White, Alvey was down but not out of the fight. White said, quote, I think he looked damn good, and especially against a really tough guy. I think there's only been 3 people that have ever finished him.
Whoa! Proper 12! Look at his team VIP with the 30! Well, I'm going to have a drink. Yes! Wow!
Proper Irish whiskey!
Yes! Would you like a drink?
12!
Well, we'll share a drink.
Sure.
So we don't have a cup.
No, I'll have a drink.
Team VIP. Oh, he says
Jesse.
There we go. ...
No, say it ain't so. Don't go.
Convince me not to.
There we go. Jesse, don't go. coming
Thank
from...
you, Team VIP.
That was very generous of Team VIP jumping in. Man, oh man. No one wants Jesse to go. And yes, if you're jumping in right now, this is Jesse's last show. And we're having a little drink of Prapa 12. Have a little drink of this too. I mean, it's a sad day. Super chat. Scallywag. Oh.
The show will still be sexy, but damn, it just won't be as sexy.
All right. That's true.
Damn.
No, I think it'll be even more sexy. You guys get Mystic Moss all to yourselves. I mean, look at this specimen of a man.
It's good. It's an amazing point. Thank you for the donations tonight. Very generous. Wow, we're getting close to the end of the show over here. Let's finish this story, get one more story in, and then we'll do the last 5 minutes. Someone can save the show even more. We can get more of an explanation, find out what is going on here. But what's the rest of this story?
All right, Dana White continued to say, I think there's only been 3 people that have ever finished him out of 40-something fights. I didn't agree with the stoppage. I thought it was a bad stoppage. A lot of these shots were hitting him on the arm. He was obviously hurt, but the fight could have gone on a little longer, and we could have seen a little more of Crute. Bad stoppage, in my opinion. With this victory of Jimmy the Brute, Crute improves his victory to 10-0 and his UFC record to 2-0. As for Sam Alvey, he has now lost 2 straight fights.
All right. Okay. The Goddard stoppage, like we've had this happen a lot. People complaining about stoppages. The problem is it's Sam Alvey. It's in the beginning of the card, and I don't care. So it doesn't really. It's not like the TJ versus Cejudo situation to me, at least. It's completely off the radar. Honestly, Goddard could have stopped it immediately, right? Yeah. And then he let it go. And then people are saying it's an early stoppage. I am not upset about the stoppage, nor do I care about the stoppage. So I'm not even going to go on and on about it. But do you think that was a bad stop?
I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and I think that Sam Alvey was clearly buckled, and there was a lot of striking going towards Sam Alvey's head. And from the angle that I saw, it was hard to determine what was contacting and what he was blocking. So I can't say yes or no as to whether or not it was a good or bad stoppage.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's squeeze in one more story, and then we'll do to save the show. We can still go on. With 5 minutes left in the show, the donation means how much longer we go. So thank you for joining us, and let's see if someone actually is a hero.
Super chat.
We got a donation. Cheese 56218.
Chris, what's your opinion on Jesse leaving?
I got to say this. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. We brought Jesse over here to the MMA Holes. But I was a year. Over a year I was going on this channel, and I was like, I needed that key. I needed the missing link to the channel. It was good. It was swole and sexy, of course. It's always going to be good as long as I'm here. But I wanted it to be great. So Jessie came aboard. She flew across country. She fucked me. And now, together. I shouldn't have. The sex part, I shouldn't have brought that up. But
super chat.
Super chat. Arnold Burden.
Most my dogs still. Cheating and beating is A-okay.
Thank you. All right. Ostrovich's husband coming in. Thank you, Arnold Burden. Appreciate that. All joking aside, Jessie is the missing piece of the show. She's the backbone of the show. Everyone loves Jessie, even the people that troll her. I know they love Jessie. Jessie is the half. It's a 50-50 job over here. As soon as we went to this studio, as soon as we had this going, our fight reactions, our weekly shows, it has been a 50-50 split. We are feeding off of each other, and I couldn't do it without her. So with her leaving, I'm devastated. I am absolutely devastated. It's a sad day, but the show must go on. All right, one more story, and then we'll do Save the Show.
Okay, according to MMAnews.com, Israel Adesanya responds to criticism from middleweights. Israel Adesanya won a unanimous decision victory over Anderson Silva at UFC 234, and it was said the winner would get a shot at the middleweight title. While the fight was a great and earned fight of the night accolades, not all of the fighters watching in the division were impressed. The milestone fight and win for the Nigerian middleweight has certainly made his presence known to those he shares the division with. Not long after the fight, middleweights Paulo Costa and Chris Weidman gave their criticisms on social media that they were seemingly unimpressed with Adesanya. When asked on the MMA Hour if he pays any attention to it, Adesanya said, quote, "I didn't really pay any mind to it." Weidman called Adesanya overrated.
Super chat.
Super chat coming in now and later.
Jess moved back to Scottsdale. She not pregnant.
Thank you, now and later.
I never lived in Scottsdale.
All right.
Thanks.
Move back there, or move there for the first time. All right. Rest of the story, and we'll start the clock.
All right. Weidman called Adesanya overrated, which Adesanya found interesting and believes the opinion comes from Weidman earning a finish against Silva when they fought. As far as Costa's comments, he had a more colorful response, calling him a juice monkey, among other choice words for the number 7 ranked middleweight. Since joining the UFC, Costa has won 4 fights in a row, all by TKO, but in his response, Adesanya believes...
Super chat.
Super chat coming in, Jeremiah White.
JBH, I'm sad, but blessings to you.
Look at that.
Thank you, Jeremiah White. I
A
appreciate
kind
it.
Jeremiah White. Thank you. And Jesse, look into Jeremiah's eyes.
I do appreciate it. Thank you, Jeremiah White.
There you go. Look at that. Very nice over there. All right, we're going to finish up this story and start the clock.
All right.
Go for it.
Since joining the UFC, Costa has won 4 fights in a row, all by TKO, but in his response, Adesanya believes fighters like he and Silva are on another level of striking. He said Costa is a walking punching bag that just throws heavy and added, quote, bring that ass over here, Uriah Hall was jabbing in up. Adesanya said both men are just trying to get some shine because he's in the spotlight.
Here we go. Big Ebony Honey Bun.
JBH, your man was with me. Sorry, hun, I got his eggplant.
Ebony, I told you not to say anything while the show is live. I said it kindly to you. You know, I trusted in you. And what did you do? You let the cat out of the bag. All right, Jesse. Let's start the clock. Let's see if someone saves the show on Jesse's last night. Jesse's last night on the MMA Holes. Will someone save the show? The amount that you donate, that amount is how much longer we will go on tonight, this Monday night. The MMA Holes Hour, 164 people watching. Kelvin Gastelum has this thing on his, has this thing on his face, ringworm, all over his body. It has a belt that we don't know where it came from. JBH is leaving the show. No! We had a big weekend this weekend. 2 swole, sexy shows, breaking news, a fight reaction, and here we are, Jesse. Would you like to read one more? Because if no one saves the show with 4 minutes left, that's it. What is your final story? Or do you want to make your statement now?
Why are you putting me on the spot like this? It's making me feeling very, very uncomfortable.
I'm sad. I don't know how I can handle this. I hope someone saves the show. I need more JBH. I need more JBH. Everyone in the chat drop more Jesse. We need more Jesse, right? Why would you want more of this?
You guys are making me feel like a horrible person.
Well, no, Jesse. You know, sometimes you got to move on from great things. Now what are we going to do? They're going to be stuck looking at me and my beautiful beard, but terrible sense of humor.
Super chat.
Oh, Scallywag Nation.
Do what you believe will make you happier. But know that you will be greatly missed by most of us.
It's true.
You dirty apes.
Every time Scallywag donates, in my head, it's read in a pirate accent. By the way, he didn't say save the show.
That's right.
So we can't save the show. Listen, if you want the show to go on, with your donation, say save the show, and we will go on that much longer. Only 2 minutes left in the MMA Holes Hour, and that is it of JBH. Thank you so much for the Scallywag donation over there, but you have to say save the show. All right, Jesse.
Yeah.
I mean, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in your MMA Holes career, would you like to make a State of the Union address?
No. No, I would not.
No.
No, this is making me a little weirded out, to be quite honest. A little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I like that. So you just want to just leave them all hanging?
No.
This is terrible. Oh, my God.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? You want to go into a story or?
I don't have any more stories.
Oh, there's no more stories. Well, I don't know if anyone's going to.
This is my last news story.
So that's it?
Of ever.
Should we open up the phone? I mean, if someone saves the show, maybe we'll open up the phone lines so that people can talk to you for the last time.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Add 5 more minutes to the clock, and I'll talk to people.
Well, they got to save the show.
Okay.
That's how it works. 170 people watching. Welcome to our stream. Found out horrible news. JBH wants to leave.
Super chat.
Here's Scallywag Nation again.
Shit. Save the show on the above one, too.
Alrighty. Fuck it. There we go. Scallywag says save the show. We'll add another 3 minutes onto that show. Thank you, Scallywag. So look at that, Jesse.
Yeah.
Scallywag jumping in and saving the show.
No, he said on the above one too, so it was $5 plus $2.
Well, that's not how it works over here, Jesse.
Well, it's my last show.
Well, tough shit. Well, we will put 3 minutes on the clock because it is fair. I mean, we have to play by the rules, Jesse. We don't break the rules. I know you want to spend more time with these people. They're beautiful people inside this chat room. Look at them. Look at all their faces. They're all weeping right now. Moss probably has another 20-year-old in the closet. Oh, Sean Hart's calling in. Here we go. Look at you.
Hey, I want to ask you guys,
second.
what time is it?
Michelangelo! Oh my God!
Hey, I want to ask you guys, what time is it?
What? Oh my God!
Hey, I want to ask you guys, what time is it?
Michelangelo with the 40 spot.
Saved the show. We love you, Jesse.
What? Our moderator
What
came
the
in.
fuck are you guys doing?
That is 43 more minutes we have to put on the clock right over there. Look at this. The MMA holes uniting tonight. 43 more minutes on the clock, Jesse. You are stuck with these people. They love you. 43 more minutes. Yes! Yes! More JBH. We're not letting you go that easy over here on the MMA holes. That's not happening. Yes! All right. Dinner's not ready. All right. Let's put 43 minutes on the clock. Thank you so much. Michelangelo, the greatest moderator of all time, has dropped in $40. Scallywag dropping it in. The people love you.
Super chat.
Look, Scallywag Nation coming back in again.
Is there an infinity option?
Dropping in a 10 spot. Scallywag, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And look at that. Wants to know if there is an infinity option. Now, here we go, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
They want to know, how can they keep you on the show? Now, they have 42 minutes and 30 seconds to keep you on the show. What can they do?
I gotta be honest with you guys. I have every desire to leave the show. It's not a joke. Like, I know it seems like I'm trolling you guys and stuff like that, but I have every desire to leave the show as of late. I've lost a lot of interest in certain things that I'm doing, and I have to figure stuff for myself out personally in my personal life before I can continue with anything else. You guys are making me feel like shit, and like I don't fucking know. I don't know.
This is completely unplanned over here tonight on the MMA holes.
I was
complete
not
improv.
This was not the way the show was supposed to go.
All right, here we go. Sorry, Sean Hart has to talk to you for a second. Let's see. Hold on. All right. Why is this not working?
No, I don't want to leave you guys. It's
All right.
a personal.
Here we go. All right, Sean Hart. All right, Sean Hart, we got you on the line. I'm going to give the phone to Jesse and speak away, my friend.
Yeah. You there, Jesse?
I'm here, Sean Hart.
Yeah. I was going to ask anyway, if you're leaving and that, are you going to still be part of the show in any way or completely leaving?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to be. Here's the thing. There was... this is weird for me to talk about. This is so weird.
Yeah. Well, I wrote in a comment anyway. If you're going to make a video or something, post it and give a reason rather than do it now while you're on the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should I give her a raise, you think? Do you want a raise?
No, I don't want to. Guys, listen. Here's the thing.
Make a video for us or something and post it like that if you don't want to do it right now. And my brother wants you to stay too.
There you go. And perfectly naked, right?
And everyone
panties.
in the chat, I think. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Make a video and post it up for us if you're not up for giving a full explanation now.
Now, just to let everyone, I'm going to let Jesse answer in a sec. Everyone watching right now, we have Sean Hart. We have the Harts from Australia calling in. It's amazing stuff. Very swole MMA holes. And JBH has announced her retirement on the channel. Sean is wondering if we can get a video or something. Jesse, what is your answer?
Yeah, listen. Here's the thing. I don't want to leave the show. I love the show. I love everything I'm doing here, but there are things that I need to figure out for myself. One of the big things keeping me from leaving is there's been a whole revamp on the channel, and I don't want to just throw all that away. So there's just a lot going on in my head right now, and to be quite honest, this is not how I intended this show to go. I didn't want to talk about this at all, if I were to be fair.
Yeah.
But so I don't know.
I was going to say, so are you going to ever be part of it again, or just you're not sure yet?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, nothing else to say but just to stay, and yeah, and good luck with everything you do in the future. Then.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean Hart.
Okay.
Look at that,
Okay.
Sean Hart calling in. Sean, it's okay, man. Everything's gonna be all right. We got you, buddy. All right. Look what you did, Jesse. Look
God,
what you,
this is
Hey,
making me very
there's
uncomfortable.
gonna be a suicide in Australia now because of you, Jesse. I mean, this is unbelievable stuff. A big turn of events. The show has taken a turn. For some people, the better. For me, for the worse. Jesse, what kind of turn did it take for you?
Super chat.
Oh my God, Caroline Howell coming in.
Most eat whole pizza. He will be blob. Save the show.
All right, no more save the show. But thank you for the donations. We have 38 minutes on this clock, and you guys and gals are extremely generous with your donations. Thank you so much, and keep the show going and flowing. The show will go on, but right now we found out. Well, not right now. I mean, Jesse is.
I mean, you guys have seen it for a little while. There's been a lot of ups and downs with me as of late.
Are you breaking up with me too?
No.
I didn't know. No, you're gonna stay with me. So are you gonna stay with me, or are you leaving me too?
Yeah, I'm leaving you too.
All right, so Jesse's gonna leave me. Everyone in the chat, propose immediately, and yeah. Should I let the 20-year-old out of the closet now, or should I wait until the show is over? Yeah, I have a closet full of 20-year-olds that I just let out every time we rotate. All right. So that is that. Now we can do a couple of things here. We got super chat coming in.
Chat.
Now and later.
I'm sad, but are a young girl. You will have ginger baby.
There you go. Now and later, it says he's sad, but you're a young girl. You would have a ginger baby. So he's saying he's rooting for a demise in our relationship as well. So what do you think about that?
You guys are making me not want to leave.
Why, you want to stay now?
No, I just.
You want a pity stay?
No, it's not a pity stay. Like,
No.
I'm just.
What would you do after this? Like, what's the plan?
I have a tendency to put things in my head that certain people feel a certain way that are not true.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not until situations like this happen that I realize that I was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and that I'm actually needed.
Well,
even though I don't feel needed all the time.
Well, I don't know what more you need. I mean, I do nothing but praise you when it comes to this show. Like, when it comes to the show,
yeah.
I've said it a million times that we need you more than anything. You know, you have been the missing piece, and it goes and flows. We have our ups and downs, but when you're in a relationship with someone and you have the greatest show on YouTube, think about the pressure. Think about the pressure that's on the shoulders, right? Over here. And outside of the show, like, you see what we do over here, that is, it could be cringy at times and ridiculous and a circus. But outside, we do a lot of work to get to this point. So there's a lot of stress, right? Some people can handle it, some people can't. And it's not made for everybody. It isn't. And JBH has handled it very well for the time that she's been here, but sometimes the pressure gets. Now, in the chat room, if you want Jesse to stay, say, "We love you, Jesse." Let us know in the chat. And if you wanted to leave, you could say, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, you don't have to do that. Don't worry about
Let us know in the chat. If you're listening on Podbean and iTunes, thank you as well. We have a visual show. It's the YouTube channel is in the little bio area about section, so you can check that out. But right now, we are having a moment for Jesse because this is some terrible news. Terrible, terrible news. Jesse, what's going on in that chat? I mean, you're not going to be reading the chat much anymore, so this is sad.
Everyone's telling me they love me.
They love you. Yeah. Well, you got to read it. I mean, you're still on the clock.
We love you, Jesse. We love you, JBH. Love you, JBH. We love you, Jesse. Tell her to beg us to stay. We love you, JBH. I'd make love to you, Jesse. We love you. I'm out. This tape. Get the fuck out. Please stay. Just kidding. Please stay.
Super chat.
We got Juvenile Johnny coming in.
JBH puts the H in MMA-Holes. We love you, Jess.
That's true. It's true. She puts the H in it. That's right. I don't know what that means, but thank you.
I like you, JBH loves a little strong.
Thank you. Yeah. So now what's going to happen? I mean, we're the MMA couple, Jesse. Now what happens? What do I do? Do I hire one of Real's hookers?
Yeah.
Maybe I hire a hooker to sit next to me during the show.
Howard needs Robin.
I know. Where's my I need a black girl now. Anyone know any black girls that I could have on the show? Yeah. I need a black girl. What do you think? Should I substitute you with a black girl?
Super chat.
And put her in a glass box. Scallywag.
You are needed. Don't break up with us.
It's
Do
true.
I need to make a video with me on my knees?
No.
I think I want to see that.
No.
The Scallywag Nation. He's fucking awesome. Scallywag, when did you come to the channel? You're fucking funny, man. Scallywag wants to know if he should bring make a video of him on his knees. What do you think?
No, it's not necessary.
With the pirate hat
Please
on.
Don't.
It would be funny if he's on a plank. And yeah, that'd be great. All right. Bring Oprah? Should we get Oprah? What do you think? Your suggestions in the chat. I mean, Jesse's leaving. We need another female. And fun fact, and there's a lot of new people in here. OGs and newgies are mixed up right now. 160 people watching. I can't thank you enough. On a Monday night, it's 11 o'clock over here. It's late for some, early for others. But when the channel was started, I always had in mind of having a female co-host. And I thought to myself, how fun would it be to bounce back and forth, argue or no argue? How fun would it be to get a female's perspective? Because you don't get that. You have Karen Bryant. That's your female perspective. And she's like, I'm dying. Like that's what you have to deal with. So I wanted to get a female. And I've tried different things. It didn't work. And when JBH came in, she knew nothing about mixed martial arts. And then boom, she just jumped on it. She latched onto the sport. Loves the sport now. Watches every event with me. I couldn't imagine not watching a UFC fight without her. She fit in perfectly. And I think this combination works. I do think it works. But if Jessie is not happy, we can't make her stay.
No, it's not that I'm not happy.
Or maybe I glue her to the seat. What?
Oh, man.
Why?
This is so uncomfortable for me.
Why? I mean, I'm super comfortable right now. Is it because you have $5 headphones on? Maybe I have to get you more expensive headphones. Do you think that's the reason or no?
No, I don't. Guys, listen. Like I said, there's a lot of things. And in fact, I had multiple conversations with him over the last 2 days about how I felt about this situation. And I do think Saturday night was a great night for us in every aspect of the way. I just think, I don't know, like, it's like you said, it just, the pressure gets to a point, and if you're not prepared for it, it's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult. I love the sport. I am obsessed with the sport. Maybe not as obsessed as you are, but I absolutely love MMA. I love everything about it. I love everything about the show. And I know I fuck around a lot, but I love everything about you guys. It's just, there's just a lot of pressure. There's just a lot of pressure that I wasn't prepared for. The real thing is, all right, let me just tell the truth. Jessie wants to work at Red Lobster. She doesn't like working here. Listen, working on YouTube sucks, right? It's a lot of work. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But Red Lobster, you punch in. When you punch out, no more lobster. You know? That's it. You're done. Yeah. So if you want to see Jessie, she'll be working at the Arizona Red Lobster on what? Can I say the address or no? Sure. I'd like to know what you
all right. Oh, look, the gay lobster just jumped into the chat. Look at that. It's like he knew that she was working at Red Lobster. Look at that. The gay lobster's here. All right. So you want to talk about? I mean, listen, we have 31 minutes left of
I kind of
show.
have to pee, and I want to escape for 2 minutes.
Where are you gonna go? You gonna go cry in the bathroom?
This is pressure.
All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with me. Let's go, chat. You're stuck with me. You're gonna be stuck with me for a while. So, all right. If you just jumping in, JBH has announced her retirement from the MMA holes. It's a sad day. I don't know how to handle this. This is unbelievable. We built a studio around JBH. Now who the fuck's gonna sit here right next to Art in the sandwich? It's like a mystical Artem sandwich. And there, look at this empty seat. That's it. Chris H, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm going to open up the phone lines. NH wants the phone lines open. I mean, it's only fair. Now, in the first half of the show, the first hour of the show, we spoke about the news. It's on the MMAHoles.com, so you can check it out over there. We're going to open up the phone lines, and we can get back into MMA. We'll do whatever you want. You guys save the show. You have more MMA holes. Jessie is crying in the bathroom, and I am going to open up the phone lines so I can hear from the people. We heard from Sean Hart from Australia, and I know this is going to probably make the camera flicker, but I don't care because we haven't figured out a better way to do this. But let's get that party going with the phone lines. Let's open that shite up. Settings, notifications. All right, 516-522-0267. Call in immediately. I would love to know about a lot of things. You can call in about Kelvin Gastelum's ringworm, Adesanya with his win over Anderson Silva, everything that was in the news.
Super chat.
You got a super chat coming in? Scallywag Nation.
What city are you guys in?
We are in Queens, New York. Queens, New York is where we're in the chat. All right, so
Now my
OBS disconnected for a second. Hopefully we're good to go. All right.
My mom's in the chat.
Lady C is in the chat. Oh, my goodness. All right, before we open up the phone lines, Jesse, Lady C is in the chat.
Yeah.
What is Lady C saying?
She said something about her tell her to come back or some shit like that.
Whoa. Whoa! Team VIP farting on Jesse. One more time before she leaves. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, my God. Team VIP dropping a 20. Bang, 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 bang. Team VIP just farted on Jesse.
Saved the show.
All right, so usually what we do is when the clock is done, there technically is a clock. I'm just going to put the 20 on there. You're stuck with us. I'm not taking any more Save the Shows.
Put the 20 on there?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm putting 20 more on there.
My mother's in the chat.
Well, I don't
telling me.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's put 48. 48 on the clock over there. You're stuck with us. This is Jesse's last show. Whoop, 48 seconds. All right, 48. There we go. 48 minutes on the clock. All right, so now there's no more Save the Show, okay? All right, no more Save the Show. But if you want to donate, feel free to donate anytime to interrupt the show. Thank you so much to the generous donations. And there you go. You're stuck with us even longer on a Monday night. Jesse, oh my God. More show. More show, JBH. Maybe they can convince you to stay. Now, what did Lady C say in the chat?
She just said tell her to come back or something like that.
Tell her to come back.
Yeah.
I agree. The heart and soul. Can't leave the show. All right, let's open up the phone lines. 516-522-0267. 516-522-0267 is our number. No more Save the Shows, but if you want to interrupt the show, feel free at any time with a donation. Very generous tonight. Shout out to Mom, says Jay Reyes. By the way, Jay Reyes.
My mom, she says hi, Ann.
Oh, yeah, there she is, Lady C in the chat. All right. The lovely Lady C.
Well, now you know, Mom. I didn't get a chance to tell you.
Interesting. Here we go. Look at this. The Reyes clan. You're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what is on your mind?
It's the true OG, Chris H.
Whoa, Chris H.
Chris H.
Chris H.
What's up, man? How you been, man? Fucking while since I called.
Yeah, it's been forever. What's on your mind?
Not much, man. It's fucking looking at some of the UFC fight cards. They're shit. The ones coming up, except for Jones and King returning. But other than that,
wait, hold on a second.
I don't know. I don't know. You guys want?
Hold on a second. We got a donation coming in. Hold on.
Kevin Costa on Suicide Watch.
All right, Vlad coming in says Kevin Costa's on Suicide Watch. Go ahead. Get to your point, Chris.
All right. Look, whatever Jesse's going through. I mean, I get it. Listen, I've moved away from my home for a while and miss my family. I mean. I don't know. You're in a good spot, Jesse. I mean, look, you got to look for the future of the channel, the future of, what you're doing. I mean,
yeah,
it's not worth it. You're in a good spot. I mean, I'd kill to be in your position. I tried to start an MMA channel. It didn't work out, and I know a bunch of referees. I live close to Dan Merliata. Like, I train at a good place, but, I mean, stick it out, girl. I mean, shit.
There's the laugh. All right. Chris, man, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely, guys. Have a good night.
There's Chris H. The laugh.
Listen, I don't want anyone to think that I don't appreciate the position I'm in. I am fully aware of what I have here, and I'm 100% appreciative. You guys have no idea. I have a whole bunch of appreciation for Chris, for you guys, for just putting me in this position right now. So, yeah, I'm 100% appreciative, but it's difficult to explain for people to understand unless they are in that position. And it's not the show, it's not Chris, it's a lot of pressure, and Chris just handles it better than I do. I thought I knew what I was in for, and I lasted a long time, and then it just hits you, like
what is Monica doing? Oh, someone's in the chat said it, and it's a great idea, right? Monica's around that age group.
Yeah.
You throw her in, co-host. Would you be mad if Monica filled in for you?
Sure.
Oh, you wouldn't be. You would be mad, or
no? She won't last. But
right. Let me know with the ones in the chat if you want Monica, Jesse's sister. All right, that's a joke. 516-522-0267. Get it on the lines. We can talk MMA. We can talk whatever you want. We have 44 minutes left in the show, so fuck it. Talk whatever you want. JBH's last show or mixed martial arts, whatever is on your mind. A lot of stories that were spoken about tonight. And we can talk about Adesanya versus Silva. We can talk about this gentleman over here in PFL, Josh Copeland, beating up his wife, another jerk off. I don't know. You are live with the MMA Holes. What is your name and what is on your mind?
This is the king of the calls. Who do you think it is?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hi, King of the Calls.
King, what's up?
Nothing much. What's going on with this troll job? Is Jessie just trolling for attention, or is she really going to leave?
All right, let's see.
I have every intention to leave.
Okay, she's really going to leave. That's the end of the show. This is her last show, so on Wednesday she won't be here.
I would like to think so, yes.
Okay, holy shit. That sucks. I guess we'll miss Jessie.
No, you won't.
But in other news, Israel, I want to talk about these fights real quick because we'll keep it back to the fights instead of the drama. Leave the drama for another day. Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. Did you see some of the comments people were making? Like, oh, it was like a kung fu fight, man. It was like a kung fu movie. Can you believe this crap? It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Were they watching the same fight I was watching? It was the most boring fight ever. The dude was like standing, putting up his ass against the cage, and then Anderson Silva would call him back to the middle of the octagon. I didn't see no kung fu movie. I saw a really boring fight. And people give wrestlers shit, saying they're boring, and they're going to turn around and say this fight was some exciting.
Hold on, we got a super chat coming in. Hold on.
That wasn't a no.
All right, so Scallywag is saying the option's still there. Go ahead, finish your point. It's a good point here.
Yeah, I was just saying, I thought that fight was boring. Some of the people were saying it was some insane kung fu movie fight. It was so intense, high level, blah, blah, blah. What did you guys thought? Did you think that was an exciting fight or what?
All right, thanks, Kevin, for the call, and we'll get on
Wait.
Wait. Yeah, go ahead.
I got one more point to make.
All right, make it.
They're going to do Israel Adesanya. If he won this fight, now he's supposed to be the #1 contender for beating human punching bag Derek Brunson and then beating Anderson Silva, who's coming off a 2-year layoff. How the hell did they come up with that fight? I mean, at least Conor McGregor had to beat Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes fought for a title. At least he had to beat him. And they're just going to give Israel Adesanya a title fight off like that? He needs to go through Yo Romero. He needs to go through Jacare, even Chris Weidman. I think the #1 contender fight should be Yo Romero versus Costa. What do you guys think?
All right, thanks for the call.
Where's plane ticket you play? And I think just stays.
Whoa, so now and later is where's the plane
I never said I was
ticket?
leaving Chris. Jesus Christ. I never said I was leaving Chris. I don't need a plane ticket anywhere or anything like that. I was just saying that I was leaving the show. I'm not leaving Chris.
All right, so thank you for the donations. And Kevin's call, let's get to those points real quick over here. All right, so this fight being a kung fu movie. Watching it live, I was on the edge of my seat. I was. But the reason why I was on the edge of my seat was because I knew Adesanya was going to win, but Anderson Silva is always Anderson Silva. He's the GOAT, right? Even though he's 43 years old, there's always that glimmer. There's always that chance. And when you see him fucking around out there and going back to his old ways, you always have that chance of, who knows? Maybe he's got one more left in him. So I bought into that. Did I think Anderson was going to win? No. The kung fu shit, yeah, I wasn't mesmerized. I'm not going to run that fight back. Right? If it's a kung fu masterpiece, you're going to want to go back and just watch that over and over again. I couldn't give two fucks about that fight. Honestly, Stylebender versus Anderson Silva, I don't care about. I've watched it. Maybe down the road I'll watch it out of, if I'm going through the channels or something, but I'm not going to purposely look for that fight. I don't care. It's over and done with. Kung fu masterpiece, my masterpiece. People calling out Anderson Silva. A Chris Weidman calling out Anderson Silva. All these people calling out Anderson Silva. I mean, Adesanya, excuse me. Adesanya handled it beautifully. And I am not an Adesanya fan, but he handled it beautifully. He's like, of course they'll call me out. I pretty much rose up. I'm the guy. I don't have to call out anyone. I don't need to do that. With that being said, Chris Weidman beats Adesanya. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Now, Paulo Costa, I don't know about that. I don't know if that happens. I think Adesanya, I still go with Adesanya over that. But I honestly believe this, and I know a lot of people are going to be upset about this. Chris Weidman beats Adesanya. That happens, but they're not going to fight, right? Adesanya might just skip up and get that title shot against Whittaker. That might happen. Dana White said the winner gets that. And where does that leave Kelvin Gastelum? Man, I don't know. If Whittaker comes back, if Whittaker comes back early, I believe they're going to make the Kelvin Whittaker fight. I really believe they're going to make that fight. If he doesn't come back, that opens up a whole nother can of worms, and who knows? It's a fucking crapshoot. But Adesanya is up top, and we'll see. We'll see what's next. What do you think about what Kevin said, this whole situation, Adesanya?
Well, I think that I agree with everything that you just said. Without having to repeat certain things, I think I'm on the same boat.
Do you think who do you think wins the fight between Adesanya and Weidman? And let me know in the chat what you think. Who wins that fight? I mean,
I think that Adesanya, like I said before, has a lot of potential, and I don't want people to sleep on him just because he's this hype train. I think Weidman is an excellent fighter, and I think that he has a lot of power behind him, and he's not going to give Adesanya a break during that fight. But I would not sleep on the chances that Adesanya could win that fight.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let us know in the chat. What do you think? We're going to open up the phone lines again. 90 likes. Thank you so much for those likes. 150. Hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
All right. Let's see what the chat says.
My mom says she needs to get the other site again. I don't know what that means, Mom. Law of Attraction says, Chris, ground and pound. Jeremiah White, I didn't feel like that fight was kill or be killed. Jesse Herndon says, muscle flex JBH for the last time. All right. Ready?
And this is the shit you're going to miss, right? Like, when we talk about MMA, there is a monkey wrench, and it's called JBH. No matter what we're talking about, she'll go into this, and it does... It's a curveball, and that will be missed. So rest in peace, JBH. Unbelievable. More stuff from the chat.
All right. Jeremiah White says, yeah, girl, it's the gun show, says J. Ray's bakes cookies. Magnum Mountaineer says, I told you all that night it looked like Kelvin had cauliflower on his bottom lip while holding Cejudo's belt and showing media face. TN Lifesaver says, this slut needs to go.
Whoa.
Farewell. King of Mother's Ring says, Jesse turning lesbian. Big Flex is 2 joints. BB Guns says, Law of Attraction. The Gay Lobster. Rest in peace, JBH. Kevin from Chicago says, Kelvin is one dirty mofo. Thanks, Jesse, says Jesse Herndon. Jesse is going to be bodybuilding. That's right. JBH will pull the pin on the fat grenade. Lick My Balls says, Ann H. My liver is not going to make it tonight. Drug Savage. Be careful. Be careful.
All right. Everyone in the chat, hang in there. Hang with the boys tonight.
Hanging with the boys.
Some interesting news. The Wednesday show, remember, we will be giving away a t-shirt. So there is a t-shirt available, and that will be given away this Wednesday. How you enter, you must be subscribed to the channel. You must like and put wonderful, wonderful on our last video. Uh-oh. The knitter is here, JBH.
NH.
Hey, it's the knitter, yeah.
And what's going on?
I'm just sad.
Why?
I'm crying now. You said you're leaving.
Can you change the screen, please?
What? I mean, she's talking to you.
Okay.
It's your last show, Jesse. All right. So, and I mean, right? Tell us some more. I mean, how sad are we here? This is a gloomy night.
Now she's smiling. I can see it now.
I'm always happy.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
What are you laughing for?
I don't know. I laugh in uncomfortable situations, I guess.
I mean, this might be the last time you ever speak to NH. I mean, the 7% strong, Jesse. You can't laugh about this.
I'm not laughing. Don't make me
my wing woman. My wing woman.
All right, Jesse. What do you have to say to NH? I need,
what
you want to go down on her, or what are we doing here, Jesse?
I want to go down on you, Ann.
And did you get the cowboy bobblehead yet? Did it come?
Yes. Yes, it did. Sorry.
Oh, it did come. Okay,
yeah,
good.
I got to post. Yes, I got to post the pic. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, don't even worry about the picture. It's all right. I just want to make sure it got there because I didn't check the tracking. I was like, holy shit, I think you should have got it by now. So I just want to make sure you got it.
I'm sorry.
Is it stuck up your vagina right
bad.
now? Yeah. She's calling a cowboy up the
by
church.
my vagina.
Oh. You just see a cowboy hat bobbling out of it. All right.
What's that? Oh!
What do you think about that, Jess? I mean, this is what you're going to be missing.
The legs are going. Whoa! Wow!
Oh my God, unbelievable!
Oh, aren't you gonna miss this shit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss. Well, I'm not. I'm still. You're stuck with me. But all right. So, and maybe you can convince JBH to stay. Well, if you had to give her one thing that would be you can get off your chest to keep JBH around, what would that be?
She's gotta stay there. She's part of the show. You guys go together.
That's
you
right.
Two. You guys make a team.
That's right.
And you're the head of the 7%ers. You're number one. And you know a lot about MMA, despite what some people say.
Well, yeah, listen, I mean, they're going to say whatever they want. It's either because they're salty or because they don't have someone who is as interested in MMA as they are. There's a million reasons why people say what they do, so I don't think that really has much to do with it. It's just, yeah, you know, like I've said before, it's just...
Yeah, you always got haters out there.
Things happen. Listen, if it's worth anything, you guys are slowly changing my mind.
Wait.
Woo! Are we? Jesse?
Yeah, well, nothing's definite.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying there might be a chance that you might stay?
No, I'm not saying
you can stay.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
This is very scary stuff.
Yes.
NH is happy.
See? Now I'm happy. I'm always happy, but it's kind of sad.
It is.
You know?
Well, NH, more importantly, Cowboy did a shoey. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that.
She finally realized, okay, this jump guy.
And giving his cowboy hat away, too. That was pretty nice of him, too.
Wow.
He's a stand-up guy.
He is a stand-up guy. Now, the question is, what is the next fight? A lot of people are saying that Khabib is going to be stripped because he's going to hang. He's going to hang with the boys, right?
Hanging with the boys.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. I think he'll...
Go ahead.
Wow. If he gets stripped, and wow, that would be, the belt would be up for grabs, huh?
So now up for grabs. And Dana White said at the press conference that he would make Ferguson versus Conor, right? All that rumbling about Cowboy versus Conor, which I don't think that should be for a belt. So please don't have that happen. But I like the fact that Dana's like Tony Ferguson versus Conor for a belt, or Tony Ferguson versus Poirier or Ally Quinta. All good fights over there, worth a belt. You can mix and match. I don't give a fuck who you give. But now the question is, what is for Cowboy? What is next for Cowboy? He said he was going to step in and fight Kelvin, the staph infection Gastelum. Would you have liked to see that fight? You'd like to see Cowboy jump in for that one?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that. That would have been good.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Imagine Cowboy came in, though, like all fucking like off-season shape, just jumps in there and wins the middleweight interim title or some shit like that. Like, how crazy would that have been?
That would have been crazy. Everybody would have gone nuts.
Right? Yeah. Well,
yeah. I don't know what's left for him, because it's the other fights, so the other guys deserve it before him, like you said, for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And then, go from there. I don't know who he'd fight then. They'd put up, because it's only fair, those guys should get the chance first. I'm not saying, Cowboy's not good or anything. But you know how the UFC's been lately. Ranking doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about that? I mean, rankings is literally, it's kaput. Like, that's it. The rankings are gone. I don't even want to go, like, I barely even reference it anymore because it really means jack shit. And you have Kelvin Gastelum sitting around here, and Adesanya, they're saying they're going to give the winner of that the title shot. And where does that leave Kelvin Gastelum? Like, does it bother you that they've really just abandoned ship with the rankings?
Yeah, they just have. They're totally, it's not like how it used to be.
Yeah.
They used to actually take the rankings seriously. And now it just seems like it's all about the money, and, it's just not the same anymore.
That's true. Yeah, it's not the same. Now, Ann H., let's just get some last words to Jessie. I mean, this is her last show. So let's see what you got to say. Last words to Queen JBH over here. Now's your time.
Jessie, you're my wing woman. You can't go. I love you.
I love you, Ann H.
You're a good person, good friend.
You're a better person and a better friend.
And you're good. You're good at this. You're really good at this.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, Ann.
All right. Ann H., thank you very much.
Thank you.
Call me. All right. All right, bye. All right, Ann H., what about that? Let me know if you want Ann H. Imagine Ann H. takes over the chair. What about that? We fly Ann H. over, and she takes over. Imagine Ann H. reading the news. All right.
Wonderful.
Let's see what's going on in that chat room. What is next? Kelvin Gastelum, Adesanya, Cowboy Cerrone, the 155-pound weight class, the middleweight. Everything is fucked up right now. Everything is fucked up. Jesse's leaving the show. The phone lines are back open at 516-522-0267. And what is on your mind, chat?
I agree you should stay, Jess, says Antonio.
Oh, we got a call. All right, Jesse, take this one.
617, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Michael Ansimo from Boston.
No way! Michael Anzalone, you just gave me butterflies when I heard your voice.
Michael, welcome to the show.
Huh?
Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, I wanted to call to see, to say, Jesse, we care a lot about you, and we don't want to leave. We don't want you to leave, but if you feel like, you have to work things out, then, go for it,
Wow.
And but we'll be here when you get back, and that's about it.
You're gonna make me cry, Michael.
Michael, please make her cry.
No, it's not a joke.
Do your best job at making... Hold on. Let's help you out. All right, go ahead, Michael.
Stop it.
All right, Michael, say what you have to say to Jesse right now. I mean, she wants to leave, but we need to try to get her to stay.
I mean, yeah, we want you to stay, Jesse, but, if it's too much pressure, maybe you just need a vacation, for a couple of weeks or, maybe a week to think about what you want to do. Because if you don't want to do something you don't want to do, that's going to be even more pressure, And
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
Mike, you're good.
Oh, I want to hug you, Michael. I want to hug you so hard.
You can't because I'm in Boston.
Wonderful.
A little difficult to do that, Jesse. He's not right around the corner. What do you think about that? What do you have to say to Michael Anzalone? I mean, he really put it out there. Go ahead, Jesse.
It broke my heart.
Our moderator
that
calling
broke
in.
my heart. That was it. That's what did it. Michael Anzalone did it. You actually called in.
Yeah.
I can't.
Wow. Look at that. Holy shit. You think it's
Oh my God.
Do you think it's her red nail polish is what changed her mind? Do you think it seeped into her brain and she lost her mind? What do you think? Should we nail polish? All right, Michael, we won't keep you on too long, but any last words to Jesse? Thank you so much for calling. And thank you for that donation.
No,
Crazy.
Was the donation too much?
Listen, you can donate whatever the fuck you want.
Sweetheart, I can't.
No, it was too little, Michael. No, were you kidding me? I mean, listen, it's tough to take money from you, man. You're one of the nicest people that we've ever met. So if you ever need anything, any help from the MMA Holes, you know where to find us. You're a special human being.
Thank you, Chris, and so are you and Jesse.
All right, I'm going to enjoy...
You're the best, Michael.
I'm going to enjoy you, Michael, when I get my hands on you. All right, Mike, be good. There it is. I'm going to go suck Mike's cock now. He's charmed me into a gay experience right there, right? I like Mike. I like the guy. When you hear guys like him...
my heart.
Which should... Goddamn selfish person. Poor Michael Anzalone. The guy... You know what, though? You know what I liked about that? Mike wasn't emotional. He spoke from the heart. He said both sides of the things. He goes, you do what's right for you. That was inspirational by Michael Anzalone. He needs a show. He needs a fucking show. Let me know what the ones in the chat if you want to watch the Michael Anzalone show. Let me know in the ones. I would watch that fucking show. It's good stuff. He's a good man. Jess, you want to say something before we go back into that chat room?
No.
Man, oh man. Way to go, Mike. Way to go. All right, what are they saying in the chat?
Definitely would be funny. Whoever Ann H is got me laughing, says Antonio. A bunch of ones by the Gay Lobster and Drunk Savage and Jeremiah White, Kishore You, Big Nick Digger, Khabib Goat, Brian Young. Greg and Blaze says Michael Anzalone is an outstanding citizen. He really is. Wicked World drops a 1. Big Nick Digger. See you Wednesday. JBH says now and later. Steve Sparks says I would timestamp that show. Mikey always talks from his heart. Yes, he does. Suicide is selfish too, says Law of Attraction. 1111 says Sean Hart. See you Wednesday, says Stay Smooth. I'm sick of this act, says Staley O2. King Your Mother's Ring says Jesse trolling back failed. My back failed. Eagle says take regular vacations. Eat meat ninjas is the Gay Lobster. I gas Vigo if you say, says Drunk Savage.
Man, oh man, what a crazy night tonight. We spoke about a lot. Saving the show. The reason why we're still live is because we had some people come in and save the shit out of this show, and we have 24 minutes left in this thing. So feel free to call in 516-522-0267. Jesse's last show over here. It's a somber night, but The viewers are making it.
My mom is even texting me about this.
All right, read the text out loud.
No,
Jesse.
I'm not gonna disclose our personal
Any nudes?
conversation.
Hold on. Oh my God, your mom just sent a tit pic. I can't
But
even believe
she
this.
sent me a GIF that I don't know if I can open it.
Well, that's because the GIF.
But it's a nun walking, and it says shame, shame, shame.
What does that mean? Shame.
Oh,
you know what? It's Game of Thrones. Shame. Super chat. Brian Young.
JBH if she goes. Please don't go.
Fook JBH if she goes, but please don't go. From Brian Young. Thank you, Brian Young. Whoa. Peeps are calling in like cray-cray. You are live with the MMA Holes and the last night of JBH. What's your name and what is on your mind?
My name is, I'm the CEO of the Weinstein Group, and I heard there's a pretty little starlet looking for a job. I just heard I should call this number.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Harvey.
Hello?
Harvey, what's up, my man?
Hey, not too much. I haven't called in. I haven't been around in a while.
Hold on, Harvey.
My wife will go full-blown lesbo and scissor for you to stay. She doesn't know I offer up.
Yeah, we have a donation.
The
Hold on.
yum yum. JK, we will both miss you. Bless your travels, beer mugs.
My wife will go full-blown lesbo and scissor for you to stay. She doesn't know I offer the yum yum.
Jay Ray, this is the best. All right, Harvey, what do you got?
Oh, I'm just calling in to confirm a private audition tomorrow with a pretty little starlet. Her name is Jessie Bell Hill, so I just wanted to...
Hold on, we got another donation. Hold on, Harvey.
JBH, find what makes you smile.
There you go,
Thank
Juvenile.
you, Juvenile and Johnny. Appreciate it.
Very calm. All right, Harvey, you start yelling. All right, Harvey, let it out.
Oh, so what I was saying is I'm just trying to confirm our audition time tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Be there sharp, and I got plenty of alcohol. So.
Okay, I'll
wait
be
to
sure
see
to
you
be
there.
Thanks for the
But
opportunity.
no, I'm actually, be on a serious note. I mean, guys, it's been great working with you as a team. Felony, his suspension's about to be up soon, but hey, we were working together back and forth, and it's been great with you guys as a team. And if the team's going away, it's pretty sad. So, I appreciate all you guys have done together, to grow the channel and give us an avenue from a place to deviate from the standard, cookie cutter MMA shows and give some real life attitude into the space. So I'm really sad about this. So I'm really gonna miss you guys a lot together as a team. So
that's actually really nice
hope
to
the
hear.
best
Thank
for
you.
you. Thank you, Harvey.
Yeah.
Very nice, kind words. All right, Harvey, be good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Later.
Wow.
This is getting so weird.
Look at that, Harvey Weinstein. How much did you think Harvey had to drink tonight? Is the real question. I think he's
I wish I had however much Harvey had.
He's pounding him. Well, you can have a little. Oh, too late.
It's gone.
Mm.
Yeah. I'll take another. Can you pour another one?
Wow, you're drinking on a Monday night, Jesse. This must be your last night. Unbelievable stuff. If you're just jumping in, we did the MMA news. We was talking about a lot of stuff, but my co-host, JBH, announced her retirement from the MMA Holes tonight. And the callers are calling in. The donations are coming in. The chat room is crazy right now. Another phone call. And Jesse, you can take this one.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
What are you doing extorting people, you fucking jag-off? Are you really extorting people? Begging for donations because you're lying about this retirement shit? You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you fucking jag-offs.
Okay, Kevin.
You sound like Kevin from Chicago.
He
Oh,
hung up.
he left. That was
Kevin,
a fantastic
that was
impersonation.
that was the worst impersonation I've ever heard in my life. And we know it's him because he always has a fuzzy background.
He's got the fucking Nazi music in the background going. That was the giveaway, the Nazi music. It wasn't the He's fucking hysterical. You know what? He is the perfect caller. He really is. Yeah. I don't care what anyone says. People that get mad at me when I say it, but he is the perfect caller. Cringy to the max, and we love every minute of it. That was what a call. 516-522-0267 if you'd like to call in. 143 people hanging with the boys. Whoa, slow. There we go. Hanging with the boys over here on a Monday night. And yeah, Jesse, you know what? I mean, we haven't... You know what? Fuck it. This is your last time doing this, Jesse. We have a beautiful sponsor. It's called BetDSI. And you might as well give it one last read, Jesse. This is your final read. So make it your best read ever. All right? Everyone put a candle in the air. place her bet in honor of JBH tonight. For her final read. It's been a good run. Let's find out how to gamble.
Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDSI offers online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMAHOLE and earn up to 100% bonus match. BetDSI is top rated on betting review sites. Use your sports knowledge to make some extra cash. BetDSI has a very user-friendly interface and mobile site as well as the fastest payouts in the industry. It also offers betting options for everything including NFL, NCAA Football, NBA, NHL, UFC, and all other major sports, politics, reality TV, esports, virtually everything. Try live betting at BetDSI where you can bet on games through the entire matchup, every play, and every minute until the end. New members get a 100% bonus match using promo code MMAHOLE with the link in the description below. That's more than double your money to start winning today. Once again, go to BetDSI and use promo code MMAHOLE and get this limited time 100% bonus offer to make some extra cash on the sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at BetDSI.
Wow, what a read. The final BetDSI read by JBH. Wonderful, wonderful. That's right. Listen, if you are depressed and you need to get out your frustrations, just go to BetDSI and win some freaking money. You'll forget about JBH in a second, right? Right, Jesse?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to drown my sorrows in alcohol and gambling. I'm going to win. And then when I win, I'm like, Jesse, baby, we did it. Let's see what the chat has to say. We'll open up the phone lines. We have 17 minutes left in this show. Of all shows, a depressing night. But we have to celebrate the moments. What was your favorite moment as one of the hosts of the greatest show on YouTube?
The people.
No, a moment, though. Give us a moment. Does anything stand out that was one of your favorite moments? Funny or milestones?
I had a lot of fun moments on the show. I think a lot of them involve stupid shit that we just did on the show. Like dares and stupid shit like that. Or like when you would get up and start dancing to retarded shit. Like, that's the funny shit to me. Like, those are the things that I remember. They're funny.
There you go.
They're fun.
Now, the real reason why you're retiring is because Darren Till lost to Tyron Woodley,
Yes,
right? Is that
yes.
the reason? That's what word on the street is. Darren Till has lost to Tyron Woodley and JBH, but Adesanya won, so that should make you happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think the Style Bender's going to be a champ?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you confident about this? I mean, you got to make the prediction now because we're never going to hear your predictions
Yeah,
again.
I think for sure.
For sure. So you're saying this. All right, I want you to look the people in the eye and say the last Style Bender will be champion, but when will he be champion?
Israel Adesanya, the last Style Bender, will be champion by 2020.
2020. So before 2020 or what? Like at the end of 2019, you're saying? What do you think? Or in 2020?
In 2020, he'll be champion.
So next year, he'll be champion next year, 2020, you're saying. The last Style Bender will be champion. Let me know in the chat, the 16-0 fighter who just won this weekend, beat the GOAT Anderson Silva. Let us know in the chat, will he be champion? Yes or no? Whoa. 100 likes. Thank you.
Super chat.
Cheese. Cheese dropping a deuce. Thank you, Cheese. Just drops the deuce over there. Thank you very much. I kind of like those that just randomly just drop a super chat and don't say anything. It's just great, right? It's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Exclamation point right there. All right. Thank you, Cheese, for the donation. What's going on in this chat room over here? A crazy night tonight?
Drug Substance J Smooth, we got to have a talk with Dan's boss. 2 Joint says Steve Johnson is rich, beautiful, and owns a mansion. The Truth says rapist sympathizer. Anna says yes, he will be. Sean Hart says Trump 2020. Jesse, you are young and you're getting paid to work with your boyfriend and watch MMA. Enjoy the situation in life while it lasts.
There you go, Cheese, with some advice. Brian Young.
JBH, go out with pizza face, please.
So should you, since this is your last show, should you do the pizza face? What do you think? You will do the pizza face.
Sure.
Okay. There you go.
JBH leaving is as sad as when I dropped my pizza on the floor after 5-second rule. Says the Dark Project.
You know what we should have done? Instead of announcing your retirement, we should have just brought in another girl and named the girl JBH, like in the TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
Or like a sequel to a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just add a new actress and be like, this is JBH. What are you talking about? That's what I should have my mom sit in, right? And just call her JBH and be like, what are you talking about?
That'd be
This
a
is
little
her.
awkward though, right? Your mom?
Yeah.
Because
well, I would
your
just
character's in a relationship with JBH and
well, she has to play the part. She has to make out with me on air. I gotta tongue her down. All right. Adesanya. Will he be champion is the question. I'm going to say, oh man, that's a tough one for me. Adesanya being a champion, he's got all the tools, and you got to think the UFC, even if he stumbles, they're going to still find a path because he's charismatic. Mm-hmm. He's exciting as a striker. He's very good. I don't think he's as well-rounded, but he does have all the pieces to be a champ. Will he be a champion? I don't think he beats Whittaker. If you put him against Gastelum, that's a little closer for me. So I feel he could beat Gastelum. I don't know if he will, but he could. I don't know if he beats Gastelum, honestly.
I think he can.
It depends who's the champ. You know what? I'm going to go with no. Even though every piece is in place to make him be a champ, but I'm going to say no, Adesanya will not be a champion. Unless there's some weird shit with an interim strap going in there. I don't think he could beat Whittaker. I don't think he could beat Gastelum. I don't even think he could beat Chris Weidman. And Chris Weidman's not in the picture, but if he ever got back into the picture, I don't think he beat Jacare. Paulo Costa, young stud coming up. That'd be an interesting fight. I'm going to say no. Let's see what the chat says.
The real middleweight number one is Gegard Mousasi, Staley Juice's all-time great show. He would get athlete's foot if he kicked his face. JBH, you'll get over being so shy. Don't rush it. Let things happen.
Super chat.
Yeah, Brian Young and with another super chat.
Jesse, we love you. Thanks for being a champ.
Thank you, Brian Young, for being an MMA hole.
What the fuck do I do on Fugo Friday now?
Oh, yeah.
I'm fucked. I'm fooked. It's just going to be me drinking by myself. I'll play the points game against myself.
We can have people over and you can do Fugo Friday with them.
Yeah? I got to invite new guests.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll schedule it up to have like someone come over every Friday and don't do that.
But how am I going to keep losing? I mean, if I have other people, I'm going to keep winning. But with you, I lose.
You can't stop the Siberian Express.
Choo choo,
motherfuckers.
All right, Red Lobster.
Due to an alarming amount of calls to our corporate office from a gentleman by the name of Kevin Costa threatening suicide, we regret to inform you that your application has been denied.
Wow. The Red Lobster, so your application has been denied. You cannot work at Red Lobster because of the suicide attempts by Kevin Costa. I mean, this would be a perfect time to have Kevin Costa to be here. I mean, do you think that he saw the show and saw that and if you're just jumping in, JBH is announcing her retirement tonight. Could you imagine if Kevin Costa, could you imagine if he was here right now? Or maybe he did see it and he is hanging from a noose. If Kevin is watching, Jesse, you need to make an announcement immediately. He could be hanging from the noose, staring at the screen like this. And close enough to put his leg on there to save himself, like on a little stool. Maybe he might be able to save himself. So we need you to save Kevin, a swole MMA hole that might be offing himself right now. Hurry up, he's swinging from the noose.
What do you tell someone who's starting to kill themselves?
You don't laugh. You save his goddamn life, Jesse.
Oh, Kevin, sorry. I'm leaving the show.
But he's going to kill himself, Jesse. Do something. Take your top off.
Sorry, Kevin. I can't do that. Well, is there anything else I can do for you, Kevin?
How about don't kill yourself? It's not worth it.
I wasn't going to kill myself, but you are, so... So what can I do for you, Kevin?
She really wants to leave. I mean, if she was fucking around right now, she would be like, please don't go, blah, blah, blah. But she's like, I don't care. Kill yourself. All the people that donated to me, points to Jesse, off yourself. I'm gone. Yeah. All right, Jesse.
If he dies, he dies.
What a show. What a show.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. 10 more minutes of this. And I mean, we did not prepare for all the donations tonight. And you guys have made it rain. So much respect to this community for keeping the show going and flowing. You're stuck with me. But the question is, who will be sitting next to me? That is the question. The beast is going. The beauty's staying. I mean, whoops. What's going on in the chat?
JBH, you have a beautiful smile that will be missed. I'm sure the register job you got at Walmart is fulfilling, says Eddie D. This show will survive without Drunk Savage's Vigo Stockholm. That's not a nice thing to say. Master Troll says, Kevin jumped in sulfuric acid. Without JBH's smile, not worth living. Jesse, we love you the same way Yoel Romero loves Bisping. I'm telling you guys, MMA-Holes will suffer greatly when JBH leaves. I don't think that's the case. Sean R says, JBH, stay strong and go with your heart.
You know, it's funny. People in the chat were making a comparison. Like they said, Food Fights Live lost their TVs, and now look at them. I mean, they are pathetic. Do you think we'll be as pathetic?
No, because you carried this show before me, and it was great. Everyone loved it. They loved the show. They love everything about it. And I came along, and
we made it
they
better.
didn't like me at first, so it's not like a huge loss. You know, like nobody. I was lit on fire for 2 months when I first joined the show. So they'll get used to it.
Super chat.
Maybe I'll add TVs. Brian Young.
JBH Olive Garden is happy to interview you. Screw Kevin Fagsta. You are the best, JBH.
There you go, Brian
You're
Young.
the best, Brian Young.
Oh my God, this community is the best. They are the best. It really doesn't matter who you put over here. We just kind of coast. Like we put the path. We lay down the foundation, and you guys build the house. It's great. It's so funny. We drag the people together. The MMA Hole is the greatest community over here, and they're fucking funny. They really are.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
It's Mama Costa. Oh, my Costa, I should say.
Here's a shotgun blast followed by shells hitting the floor. No. Kevin, why you do that? Why you do to my son, bish?
Why are you guys going after Kevin? This is horrible.
Oh, my
He's not
God.
even in the chat to defend himself.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Thank you, Mama Costa. Hopefully Kevin's okay, man. It is sad news.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got in the chat? 8 more minutes into the show, and I had fun. I like fucking around with you guys. I have fun, you know.
Rick Flair says, I respect your MMA opinions, Jesse. Well, that's funny, Rick Flair, since you're the one who loves to scream that I know nothing about MMA like half the time you're in the chat.
You think it's Rick Flair? Is it Rick Flair's fault?
It's totally Rick Flair.
What? How dare you?
Rest in peace, Kevin the Simp Costa says, Jay Smooth Paul says,
Stop it.
10 more minutes left. I gotta save the show so I can watch before bed every night. Say I like it live. Stay I like it live. Oh. 21 Savage Garden Pulse says, 2 joints. Jay Smooth's laughing in the chat. JBH retirement will have some impact as Ariel leaving MMA fight. Says, go.
You know what? Today,
super chat.
we got a super chat coming in. Brian Young.
Kevin sucks by LLS. JBH is awesome.
Whoa, my God. Listen, that's not light. Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, he
a nice
hasn't done
guy.
anything wrong, guys.
Kevin's a great guy.
All right.
You know, he is, as much as we fuck around, he's a good guy. He saved JBH many of times. And it probably prolonged JBH's career on the MMA. Imagine if Kevin wasn't here. Like, you would have left a long time ago. Right? Think about it. Think about every Fugor Friday just catching L's. Kevin swooping in.
No, because I think that there would have been other ways I would have won if Kevin wasn't
No, you
there.
do. Yeah, you have one. But Kevin, I mean, there's been times where he's literally thrown the show on his back. So listen, any way that you vote on Fugor Friday, you save the show. You know, that's the deal. If you go JBH or myself, it's fantastic, you know. So Kevin Costa is a goddamn celebrity. All right, a couple more comments from the chat room as we have 6 minutes left in this show. If you have not listened to us on Podbean or iTunes, check us out. Our audio, my audio version of the show from this point forward will be over there. Fight cancer. Jesse, I gotta say this. There's only 5 minutes left in the show. And I want to say that I love you with all my heart.
I love you too.
You have been such a good addition to this show.
Thank you.
You've weathered the storm. You
I
let
have.
me suck on your breasts. And I could never thank you enough for that.
I'm not sure that has anything to do with the show.
Oh, I mean, besides that, the way you read the news with your velvet voice makes my cock filled with blood, hard as a rock. The way you give your opinion to the MMA world and news, and you inform this audience of 115 people still watching this shit show. You hold all their attention, and you also hold my cock.
Stop.
I will forever miss you on this show.
No, you'll forget about me after about 2 weeks.
Your blowjob lips and your beautiful blue eyes.
This is not a very good exit speech.
I will miss you. And because I'll miss you so much, I'm going to play this song in its entirety. Everybody put a candle in the air with 4 minutes left in the show. JBH is retiring. It is over. So what I need from you to light up this chat. I love yous and candles right now to JBH.
Stop.
It was such a good run.
No, we're not breaking up. I'm just leaving the show. I'm not breaking up, guys. I'm not leaving Chris.
All right, everybody.
Jesse,
read us the news. Oh, Jesse, I want the MMA news. Wake up, finish work, whatever you do, it's gonna be okay. JBH.
No, we're on the song.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
All right, we got a Papa
That
Costa.
was my last song.
Asterisk walks in from work. Here's a shotgun blast followed by shells hitting the floor. Asterisk no. My son, my wife, why you do to my family, bish?
Oh my God, it's Papa Costa. Oh my God, unbelievable. Now Jesse, with 2 minutes left in the show, grab the pizza
You
face.
ruined my last song.
The pizza face. You only have 2 minutes to get this done, Jesse. That's it. Put that piece of gum in your mouth. That's right. You've heard it correct. You've seen it correct. This is Jesse's last show.
Super chat.
Brian Young coming in with a super chat.
Pizza face. I love you, JBH. Jesse A.
That's right. We love Brian Young. With 2 minutes on the clock, JBH is going to give her final farewell to the MMA holes with a pizza on her face. It has been a good run. But all good things come to an end. And hopefully I come later tonight, if you know what I mean. Right, Jesse?
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. 2 minutes on the clock, Jesse. Should I put the clock on the screen?
Super chat.
Oh, BetDSI. Super chat. Scallywag.
Give me that number again, Bizzles.
There goes Scallywag with the donation. Wants the number again. What, the phone number? Or, well, this is the end of the show. You're going to have to call in on Wednesday. We'll be live again on Wednesday night. This is JBH's final farewell.
Okay. Please forgive me. I smile and laugh in very uncomfortable situations. It does not mean that I find the situation funny. I am just extremely uncomfortable at the moment. That being said, I truly appreciate all the time that I've had here with the MMA Holes. I think you guys are like a family to me. In fact, you are my family. I live all the way...
They want me to Kanye West you right now. Oh, sorry.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Should I continue?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Taylor Swift, Kanye West, sorry.
I live all the way across the country from my real family, and my real family is very separated, in which I do not get to talk to all of them as much as I'd like to. So you guys have become my family. I see you guys 3 days a week, sometimes 4. We have a connection on Not the MMA Holes. I get to hang out with you guys just playing video games when I'm not actually working or in character. So it is very nice to have you guys around.
Super chat.
Scallywag Nation.
I have a farewell letter I want to read to her, ha.
Oh, God, it's going to be fucking hysterical. Should we let him read the letter? I mean, it is your last show. I mean, I don't know. It's probably really funny. We can't.
Okay.
No, I don't want to interrupt your farewell speech. I'm sorry, Scallywag. Listen, we'll play it on the Wednesday show. I mean, I'll pass it over to Jesse, but yeah, we can't do that. It's getting late. All right, Jesse, I'm sorry. Apologies.
Yes, Dark Project. I will still probably appear every once in a while on Not the MMA Holes, where I can just kind of relax and play a video game here or there. But I do have other endeavors in mind as far as occupation and career goes. With that being said, I would like to give a special thanks to Christopher here, Mystic Moss, because without him, I would not be here, and I would not be in this position. And without you guys, I would not be here, nor in this position. And I have nothing else to say because I'm still extremely uncomfortable. And I hope that you all have wonderful lives. I wish you all the best. Please don't do anything stupid, because I do love you guys more than you know, and it would be absolutely appalling for me to know that anything has happened to any of you guys. And I love you. And don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-Hole.